Hello and welcome to the pregame report. I'm Carla Bomber, joined by Richard Flores. Last night, the Devils took on SDSU and got the win, 7-1. Devils take on SDSU again tonight. So, what went well for the Devils last night, Richie?
Well, I think it was the fact that they were able to really control the pace of play for pretty much the entire 60 minutes, Cara. They controlled the puck in their offensive zone for the entire time, and especially in that second period. That's what they need to replicate here tonight if they want to continue to find themselves in the win column, because what happened in that second period is that they were able to find, more so than the first and the third, they were able to get the puck into scoring areas in front of the net, in the slot, looking for those rebounds, and that was what was getting them on the board. And if they do that here tonight, that's how they're going to score, instead of maybe in those first and third periods, San Diego State's defense had them maybe closer to the board, and so they weren't able to get a lot of great scoring opportunities.
Very true. Well, tonight, Richie, we're going to see a new fourth line come out. Will that help the team at all?
It's going to be interesting to watch for sure. I mean, we've seen these guys a little bit. Parker Foltz, Scotty Farr, and Nick Muller. We've seen them a little bit this year. Parker Foltz, I believe, has a point this season. Scotty Farr and Nick Muller have yet to get on the board, but I'd like some of their play this year. I think as long as they get a little bit more ice time, I think they can start to succeed. So it's going to be interesting here tonight against San Diego State, which is a little bit maybe a lesser opponent than they have had in the past. It's going to be interesting to see if they can make their impact here this evening.
Okay, well, what will ASU's key tonight to win the game?
I think the key is going to be replicate last night's performance. I mean, it's really simple, as I already talked about. Last night was a really solid game, but I think they need to do it now for the entire 60 minutes, and that's going to be key. As for San Diego State, I think they need to come out with reckless abandon in those first maybe 10 minutes and put the pressure on Arizona State, because last night, I think Arizona State, they felt like they were in the driver's seat for the entire game, and if San Diego State is maybe able to throw them off just a little bit, maybe get under their skin, start finding themselves in the penalty box, and San Diego State on the power play, I think that's how San Diego State's going to find themselves, in a much better position than they were last night.
All right, Richie. Well, we will see soon. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the first period.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside Oceanside Ice Arena, where tonight the Arizona State Sun Devils, D2 Elite Team, plays host to the San Diego State Aztecs here tonight at Oceanside. My name is Richard Flores. I'm joined, as always, by Jason Chesler. And Jason, last night, these two teams played, and it was a victory for Sun Devils, 7-1. Are we going to see a very similar performance tonight, or are we going to see a little bit different pace of play?
You know, Richard, it's tough to say for sure. The Sun Devils are certainly capable of replicating the offensive attack they put out last night's game. They got a lot of scoring from the blue line. Defensemen were finding their way into the back of the net, and that's the type of depth this D2 Elite team has. That being said, if you take away the second period, this was just a 2-0 game. SDSU played ASU very close throughout the first, and then at the end in the third period, it was just that second period where ASU scored 4 goals unanswered that things really got out of hand for the Aztecs. If they can cut back on the mistakes, not let ASU get the breakaway chances that led to their goals in the second, this game could be a lot closer than last night's.
I mean, one thing we talked about in the pregame a little bit was the start for each team. How important is it for San Diego State to get off to a quick start tonight and maybe put the Sun Devils on their back of their heels a little bit?
I mean, the best case scenario for SDSU is definitely a hot start in this one. And it sounds like we're getting a D1 score update in here. ASU Division I leads Illinois over in Illinois 2-0 right now. So a good start for one Sun Devil team. We're talking about the start SDSU wants to get against this Sun Devil team, Richard. And I do agree that the best case scenario for the Aztecs is a hot start. Try and grab momentum from this one right from the get-go, because ASU came out of the gates firing on all cylinders at the start of last night's game.
Getting the starters now. Justin Tutag. Eric Stelnick. He actually had a pretty solid performance last night. Eric Stelnick got a penalty shot, missed it, but Thomas Lapp as well. Top line for San Diego State. They definitely got their chances last night, and especially in that third period, I thought that they played pretty well. And Connor O'Brien is going to get the start again in net for the Aztecs. Looks like we're going to have a new starting lineup for ASU tonight, a little bit different, so let's check it out for you.
Starting off left wing from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 13, Jamie Cotnoir.
Jamie Cotnoir. Justin Havrillik out there as well. And Kona Ingbar. So what does this say about the strategy tonight for the setup? Was going with a little bit different starting lineup.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot closer to what's usually their second line, getting the nod as the starting line in this one. Not sure if it's just Coach LeClaire's way of trying to rotate players a little bit, get some new guys, some new looks, maybe just mix things up on Connor O'Brien and the rest of this SDSU defense. Or maybe it's a strategic thing. I mean, they did very well on their breakaway plays last time. Lots of transition opportunities. Kota Ingbar is as explosive of a breakaway skater as anyone out there. That could be something.
One thing to keep in mind, too, is the defensive pairing a little bit different. Dan Kinsey paired with Zach injured tonight, going to be something interesting to watch. And the final thing before we go to the national anthem is Corey Frank is starting in the net, and we're going to talk about him after the national anthem. About ready to get underway here from Oceanside, but as I mentioned just before the national anthem, Corey Frank starting in net for ASU. What do you think about that?
You know, Corey Frank has certainly been a viable backup option to Kyle Dietrich so far to start the season. Dietrich's definitely played a little bit better than Frank at the early going of this season. There's a reason Dietrich's gotten 3 starts behind net, or in net, I beg your pardon, while Frank's only gotten 1. But Corey Frank does bring a lot of the same skills as Kyle Dietrich to the table. For one point that Dietrich really excels at, that Corey Frank doesn't have quite as much of a strength in, is preventing those rebounds. Corey Frank will let an occasional puck trickle out, where Kyle Dietrich is usually a bit quicker to smother it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed about him in his last start was his team was on the penalty kill a lot as well, and that you never want to see that as a goaltender because it's so much tougher job for them. As you're underway promotion side, and the Sun Devils have it to begin first period. Here's Coda Ingvar with a shot right on to begin into the chest of Connor O'Brien. And just like that, we're going to have an offensive zone face-off coming up for this new starting forwards, these new 3 starting forwards. And Jason, one thing we noticed is that Jacob Weissman is not on the bench for ASU tonight, so it looks like he's a healthy scratch. So that's why we have a little bit different number 1 defensive pairing here tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see who steps up into that defensive role here this evening.
Absolutely, Richard. I mean, all of these Sun Devil defensemen have really provided production for them this season. But there's no doubt that Wiseman and Kinsey has been the top pairing out there. We'll see if things play a little different with Inzer out there in his place.
Here comes Stelnick in the offensive zone. Now it's a shot on, blocked away. Nice job by John Riley, the goal scorer last night for SDSU. And they control it here in the offensive zone nicely. There's Stelnick looking in front, looking for Riley, and now Riley has it. Back at the point, it's Keffer. Gets it in deep now for Stelnick. I'm sorry, that's 2-tag, number 15. Now it's Stelnick far side. Gets it around to Riley. There's Riley now, leaves it. Looking for Stelnick, can't do it. It's picked up by Kinsey, but he leaves the puck for Stelnick, and a turnover there. Defensive zone turnover for ASU. Doesn't quite burn them though, and the puck comes out near center ice, and San Diego State will reset as it's Thomas Lapp that controls it here. Gets a body check there from Brady Morgan. Nice check there by Thomas Lapp, and here come the Sun Devils. Shot on, just misses wide there. Jason Kuda trying to find number 9, Justin Butler in front, can't quite do it, and now it's going to come into the Arizona State zone. Now it's Owoski that comes away with it. Owoski scored a goal last night, I do believe. Or actually, check that, he did not. I thought he did. That was last week. Big rebound there, shot on by Kuda, goes wide, as O'Brien came way out of his net to defend that one. Now it's in deep here. Brady Morgan gives chase. Now it's Kuda far side. Kuda, Morgan, and Butler. That's your number 1 line for the Sun Devils, and it's going to be cleared out here by San Diego State. A good job there of clearing the zone by San Diego State. That's going to be a big key for them here this evening.
Absolutely. Against this ASU offense, they love to maintain possession. They love to keep the puck in their attacking zone, and if you're not able to get it clear, well, you're bound to give up some strong chances.
Backhand chance there by Moore, goes just wide. Now it's controlled by San Diego State far side. They clear it out. Back of the line, it's number 3. That will be, we talked about him in the pregame, Nick Muller. He's the defenseman that's replacing Jacob Weissman. Shot on there by Broussard, goes wide. Bouchard, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Chris Broussard, the NBA analyst. Thomas Lapp controls it here for San Diego State. Going to battle with Scotty Farr and Andrew Hefter. Scotty Farr wins it, shot on there. Shot pass looking in front for number 2, Brandon Vera. Can't quite find his stick, and now it's the Sun Devils who control in their own zone. They'll get it out. Stress pass intended for Rob Wood. Goes all the way down. No icing, as I believe it was tipped near center ice. And here's Mitchell Lyons, Parker Fultz, and Charles Edson now the line out for ASU. They are the 4th line here this evening. A couple new guys, Charles Edson, and made his debut. A turnover here, number 7. Anthony Matta with a chance, but couldn't quite control it. And now here's Charles Edson. Edson now comes across center ice and throws it in deep. All the way around. It's going to be picked up here by Mitchell Lyons. Lyons works it in deep, and it's going to be covered up by O'Brien. And Jason, we talked about it. San Diego State seems to have a little bit more oomph to their game early on.
Yeah, it's a combination of things. Obviously, SDSU, they just came out very flat at the start of last night's game. They're playing more like they were able to play in the 3rd period at the start of this one. And also, I think ASU was focused a little bit less on maintaining that possession, on keeping that attack going. I think they're looking for earlier shots and looking to get things going more out of the neutral zone, looking for those breakaway chances.
Sun Devils have to just dump it in here as they have to reset as the puck came just outside the zone. It's picked up here by San Diego State. They look to clear, and they do. But it's Kinsey that just throws it in as Arizona State's going to go for a change. Here's Havrelik, Ingvar, and Cotnoir out for ASU. Cotnoir has it near center ice. Tries to get it in the zone, but it's cleared out by San Diego State. Zach Enzer has a near zone blue line. Enzer looking to clear. They battle near center ice, and down goes Ingbar. I think he took a high stick there, and he's down. I believe that was a high stick, and
yeah, it looked like a straight stick got him right in the face on that one. Ingbar looks like he's going to be able to skate off the ice under his own powers. Certainly what you always want to see. You never want to see a guy go down like that, but certainly always a good thing to see him skate off on his own. And it seemed like everybody knew it right when it happened, that was going to send someone to the penalty box.
Well, it's an elbowing is going to be the call. The way he went down, I thought it maybe was a high stick, but it's going to be elbowing. We'll find out who the player for SDSU is in the box in just a second, but Arizona State's getting an early power play, and last night, according to my unofficial stats, they were 0 for 3 last night, but this is going to be a big early chance for them early on in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like the scoreboard's having some difficulties here at the rink for once. Speaking of which, good thing our scoreboard should be having fewer difficulties today. I am no longer working the scoreboard. We have a fabulous technical crew here. Joe Hardy running the Wirecast and the scoreboard, and Anthony Procino, he was here last night. He's here again tonight running the camera. But of course, when things seem to be going right for us technically, some difficulties here at the rink technically.
That's kind of just what happens. One thing goes right, something's got to go wrong.
Exactly, it's live hockey.
As we wait what's going on. And by the way, Arizona State football taking on Colorado just across the street at Sun Devil Stadium. I'm assuming Arizona State's winning. I don't think we need to update people on the score there.
I'm going to say, we'll try and get you some score updates as that one goes on. There have been a few upsets in college football today. Wouldn't be too shocked if ASU joined that list, but we will try to keep you informed. Going back to this power play situation here, Richard, you talked about last night, SDSU looked pretty solid on the penalty kill for the most part. As it seems like we get things underway even without the scoreboard reflecting it.
Yep, shot on there. Morgan in front looking for the screen. It's 5-minute major for elbowing. 2.
Navarre's 5-minute major for elbowing at 16 minutes.
So, huge chance here for ASU early on in this one. 5-minute major, and they're going to have a power play chance here. Enzer finds Kuda near side. Kuda looking for Enzer! Big one-timer right into the pads of O'Brien and out of play. So, kind of a huge mistake by Navarez there to take the elbowing. As we're trying to fix our scoreboard now.
Yeah, our power play scoreboard right now is an estimation, but it's better than what we have going on here at the
and
rink.
the puck comes into the bench area, out of play, so another face-off coming. And Jason, this is a huge chance for ASU now, early on in this game, to really set the tone in this one with that 5-minute major. Chance for them to really get out to a huge lead early on.
Absolutely, Richard. A power play definitely gives the team momentum, and coming straight out of the gate like this, when both teams are kind of going back and forth, battling for that momentum and that control of the pace, that's huge for this ASU Sun Devil team. Now, a 5-minute power play in particular, honestly, there's just not that much hope of killing this penalty with the way ASU's power play attack has played out so far this year.
Kuda takes a shot there, and then the whistle's blown dead. Offense is on face-off coming for ASU. Don't really know what the whistle is for there. Maybe
that puck sat in O'Brien's glove for a bit. It looked like he tried to pass it out afterwards, but they might have already blown the whistle.
Vrlik and Ingbar. So Ingbar is right back out there after he took that elbow. I'm sure the biggest way for him to answer back is to get on the scoreboard and get a goal.
Yeah, I mean, they say the best revenge is living well after all, Richard. Ingvar, definitely a guy who excels in the transition chances, excels at breakaway, great skater. But power play offense, there's a reason they have him out there. He's got soft hands, he can field a pass, and he can let one rip if he gets an opening.
There's Kevin Allen, finds Cotnoir, shoots the puck there and ends up out of play again. A lot of stoppages early on. This is not cool for us for broadcasters. We like good, quick, fast games. They seem to be torturing us here on this Saturday night.
I mean, nowhere else I'd rather be on a Saturday night than here at Oceanside enjoying a great game of hockey. But you're right, Richard. We've had a lot of stoppages of play in this one. The netting, the roof up here at Oceanside does not seem to be the puck's friend, or maybe it's a little too friendly with the puck right now. They seem to be finding each other a lot.
So we're going to have a face-off just outside the ASU offensive zone, and they win it, and it's Kevin Hanlon. Hanlon skates with it at center ice, and he brings it in on his own. Here's Hanlon, near side, skates with it. Looking in behind the net now, he's got Cotnoir in front, who picks up the puck here. Whistle coming, it's going to be for a cross-check, and I believe it is going to be on Kevin Hanlon, so that negates the big 5-minute major. And we're going to have 4-on-4 now for the next 2 minutes, and then maybe a short ASU power play on the back end.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure how much time ASU would have still going on this power play. During last night's game, there was a 4-on-4 situation. ASU was the only team to score a goal during it. The Sun Devils were able to use that extra space on the ice. You know, SDSU, they get the offensive zone face-off right here. There's plenty of room to work with just 4 men out there for either side, plus the goalies, of course. They could make something happen. They've passed very crisply during last night's game. They were good once they got control of the puck. And that's what it comes down to here, coming off of this offensive zone face-off. They could immediately have control of this one if they can control the face-off.
So SDSU is going to have an offensive zone face-off.
Score update during another stoppage here. I'm not sure if it's still the scoreboard issue. They do not have either power penalty up on the scoreboard.
The penalty clock is not cooperating right now, so we will keep track in the box and these guys need to go. Thank you.
So the penalty clock not cooperating. We do have a score from the football game across the street here in Tempe. ASU 25, Colorado nothing right now.
Not surprising at all.
Towards the end of the first.
Oh my goodness. Todd Graham got to be happy about that after last week's disappointing loss to Notre Dame. But we digress. We'll come back to football in a little bit as we continue 4-on-4 here. SDSU has it. Here's Kristoff. Kristoff across the line. Offsides, though, is a call. And so we're going to have a face-off just outside the Sun Devil blue line.
A little bit of pushing and shoving going on behind Corey Frank, behind the goal right now. These two teams did get at it a little bit during the third period last night. Wouldn't expect too much bad blood to carry over or anything. I think it was just a little bit of chippiness here early on in this one.
As the face-off just outside the zone is won by San Diego State. Tutek comes in across the line. Looking for Riley. Riley takes a shot right into the pads of Corey Frank, but it's cleared out by ASU. Nice job defensively there by the Sun Devils to help out their goaltender to clear the puck out the zone, but now it's Nick Muller who has it here for ASU. Muller just going to throw it in deep, and he gets a big ride into the boards from John Riley. A big number 91 out there for San Diego State. Arizona State, however, has it in the offensive zone deep here. I believe it is Hefter in deep. I'm sorry, that's Butler. My bad, apologies for that. My eyesight is going bad on me. We're going to have an icing call here. So the faceoff's going to come back into the San Diego State zone. 13:45 to go first period. About a minute or so to go on the 4-on-4.
Yeah, we've got 56 seconds here on the 4-on-4. Our guess is as good as anybody. We cannot see the official timing right now. SDSU, though, they've had a couple of decent breakaway chances here on this 4-on-4. Blown both of them, once with an offside, then with an icing when they tried to dump and chase. And we have a penalty coming up right now.
I think unsportsmanlike on John Riley, possibly. Let's get the call. So 4-on-3, a lot of open ice coming up for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, exactly. 4-on-3, it's just such a challenge. And no, it looks like they will keep playing 4-on-4 here. I'm a little disoriented by what exactly the call was. Joe Hardy, thankfully, our technical director here has things figured out and he has our scoreboard up to date.
Okay, so it's just a 10-minute misconduct to Riley. I have no idea why. No power play for either side, and we play on 4-on-4 here. I'm not really sure what he did, though. And here comes Kuda across the line looking to make a move. Gets it blocked away by a Aztec defenseman. Kuda in front, wide open net. Beautiful back check there However, by I believe we're going to say number 8, Travis Sevilla, saved a possible goal there. Huge job defensively by him, and he's going to grab the puck for the Aztecs. Here he comes. He's got one-on-one. Looking to make a move. He does. Trying to get through. Really comes in with a beautiful back check. And now SDSU still has it in their zone 4-on-4. Didn't get the number there back of the line. It's Keffer. Keffer across to Sevilla. Sevilla gets it blocked away. Now the Sun Devils will have a 5-on-4 power play here as they're out of the box. There's a really big shot right into the chest of Connor O'Brien, and so another chance for ASU's power play unit here. With probably a little less than 2 minutes to go on that 5-minute major to Navarez.
Our clock is saying 38 seconds right now, but we had some difficulties setting things up there. I'd add a minute to that. See if ASU can capitalize. SDSU did a good job on that first penalty kill for the first few minutes of that before it became a 4-on-4. And that's the key for this PK unit right now. Just get that puck clear as frequently as possible.
It's going to be Rob Wood here. Wood tries to get it in, can't do it, and it's cleared back to the Sun Devil blue line by the Aztecs. It's going to be Kevin Hamlin, a goal scorer last night. In fact, he had a goal and an assist last night, I do believe. As the puck is brought in here by the Sun Devils and almost covered up by O'Brien. Ingbar battles it in here deep for ASU. Picked up, though, by Ingbar. Ingbar looks in front, skates with it, plenty of time across to Waskew. Waskew shot on, misses wide there. Now it's going to be picked up by Ingbar. Ingbar looking for Wood back in the line. Wood, big shot. Ryan Moore in front on the screen, but O'Brien makes the save there, and we're still scoreless. Just past 8 minutes into this one, and it's very similar to last night. Very similar to last night's first period.
Yeah, I'd say things looking up a little bit more for SDSU than it was during last night's first period. Yeah, they held it scoreless for a decent chunk of that first period, but ASU really had total control for most of that time. Whereas right now, yeah, ASU is maintaining control in their offensive zone, but that's because they have the power play advantage. When things were even strength, SDSU was able to force the game more back towards the neutral zone, and even had a couple of potential breakaways during the 4-on-4.
Butler looks in deep for Morgan. Morgan back in the line, Hefter. Hefter back to Morgan, and Morgan can't quite control, and it's going to be cleared out by Lapp. Good job so far on this PK by SDSU, as Arizona State has really not had a lot of great scoring opportunities, as we're well under a minute left on that 5-minute major to Navarez, as that's about to expire. And how huge of a momentum shift will it be for SDSU to kill off that 5-minute major?
Killing off a 5-minute penalty is just
as I say that, short side, it's Hefter. He scores. Yeah, we spoke too soon, indeed.
The commentator's curse, courtesy of Richard Flores on that one. Solid puck movement from the Sun Devils. They had it going on for most of their power play advantage during this 5-minute major.
No goal. No goal is the call. I believe they're saying that the puck was
kicked in,
so kicking motion. No replay we don't have, so what a huge break that is for San Diego State.
Definitely a good break. I mean, what I was about to say still holds true. ASU has done a good job moving this puck around, moving Connor O'Brien left to right. It looked like that time they just caught him a bit too far glove side and were able to put it in stick side. But it's taken off the board, and just like that, SDSU comes a little bit closer to killing this 5-minute major.
As the puck is cleared out there and into the bench. The penalty to Navarez has expired, so San Diego State is back to full strength, and they did indeed kill it off. No, still scoreless. Almost halfway through this first period, and the offensive zone faceoff is coming for Arizona State. Let's see how they do it here, and they will lose the faceoff, but nice job there by Charles Etzen to get the puck back. And now he has it far side. Battled on by number 2, Brandon Vera for SDSU. It's going to be picked up by Vara. Vara looking to clear. Finds number 7, Anthony Mata, but he can't quite clear it out. It's going to be Parker Fultz that just throws it in. And the Sun Devils will go for a change here. Midway through this first period, still scoreless. Picked up at center ice by Dan Kinsey. He'll just dump it in deep, and Scotty Farr will give chase. It's picked up here by, now it's Enzer. Enzer gets a shot away, but it's blocked away and into the netting out of play. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Sun Devils.
Now, this is a crucial point in this game from a momentum standpoint for both of these teams. ASU right now, they've maintained control in their attacking zone since the penalty was killed. They're really just trying to keep that control with their side of things. If SDSU really wants to make a pushback on this one, if they really want to capitalize on the PK they just got, they need to do something like that, force the puck out of their own zone, and try and
turnover here,
control.
defensive zone turnover for the Sun Devils. There's a chance in front by SDSU. They score. That is number 49, Danny Coressel. A turnover there by the Sun Devil defense bites him in the butt. 1-0 Aztecs.
Corressel's second goal of the year. Defensive zone turnovers were the key in the NAU Ice Jacks win here in Tempe last week. It's the key to SDSU's 1-0 lead here in the first period. They were able to finally get that puck clear, kill the momentum with the penalty kill, take some of their own, get the puck over into ASU zone, and at that point they were just one Sun Devils mistake away from the great chance that led to that goal.
Win on the assist. Okay, Cameron Davis is going to get the goal there. Cameron Davis gets the goal from Coressel at 10:16 in the first period.
It's Davis's third goal of the year.
So 1-0 Aztecs. Huge boost for them to get that early goal. Let's see what they can do with it now, because they have all the momentum in this one right now. And me and Cara talked about it. They needed to kind of jump on the Sun Devils, and they have that. They've done that now because the Sun Devils are chasing the game, as Coach Dave Tippett would say.
Absolutely, Richard. And this Sun Devil team, we've seen them play from behind pretty well before, mainly against NAU. But still, you'd rather see them playing from behind. You'd rather see them have to press, have to try and actually get their shots off, than allow them to just smother you with the clock on their side and the ability to control the puck in your zone.
Zach Enzer finds Cottonwar in the defensive zone and turned over again. The inability to get it out of the zone there by Arizona State kind of bites them there. Chance in front looking for SDSU player. Often it's Kenzie that clears it out for them. Puck sent around here, kept to the line by Kristoff. Kristoff looking for a shot pass in front. Turn over the side by Corey Frank. And now it's Zach Enzer in deep for the Sun Devils. They'll clear it out. Back at the blue line here, it's brought in by Pope. Pope looking to make a move. Enzer meets him at the blue line. And now it's going to be Jason Kuda looking to break here for the Sun Devils. He's going to take a shot, just misses wide. And now it's controlled here by Justin Butler back at the blue line. He'll throw it in, but it's turned back to Kristoff. Kristoff can't make a move, then it's turned back by Kuda. Here comes Kuda looking across the line. He does. He gains the zone. He's in far side. Nice defense there by number 18, Brandon Navarez, to get him off the puck. And now it's Kuda in deep for the Sun Devils looking to make a move. In front, backhand chance there by Morgan, just misses. I believe O'Brien just got a puck on that one. Puck comes out in front. They score. It was deflected, and it's called off again. They're saying it was kicked, and that's a second goal already that Arizona State has called back as the puck kind of came up in the air. Morgan kind of just did an instinct really and tried to get it any way he could, and it's called off.
Yeah, I definitely saw that one better. That looked like a pretty clear kick there from Morgan. Still a good opportunity, and that's really how they beat Connor O'Brien last night's game. It wasn't so much about crisp passing. It wasn't too much about moving him left to right, as he's a very good moving goalkeeper. It was mostly about confusing him, disorienting him, using screening to their advantage, and that's what ASU was almost able to do there on a confusing goal chance that was just too good to be true.
Hefner gains his zone, and O'Brien has to, on a big rebound off the boards, has to kind of turn around and put his pad on that one, and so offensive zone faceoff coming for the Sun Devils. With 7:09 to go in the first period, and this has been an interesting first period to say the least. The Sun Devils had a big 5-minute major that they did not capitalize on, and San Diego State was able to get some momentum off the kill. And shots in front by Rob Wood. What a stop by Connor O'Brien. Sun Devils got to be frustrated at this point with all the called back goals, and then you get a huge save there by O'Brien.
Great save by O'Brien, and that's been my analysis of him so far in these two games. When O'Brien can keep his eye on the puck, he's as good as anyone out there. He moves well, he reacts well, and he can get to the puck just like he did there. You got to confuse him if you're going to beat him. You got to take that puck away from his vision.
Hand pass is the call there. So the face-off is coming outside the zone. But Jason, I've been very impressed with San Diego State so far. They have made adjustments and they have capitalized on a couple Sun Devil mistakes, and that's why they're out in front so far.
Absolutely. That seems to be the formula for beating this ASU D2 Elite squad. You have to kind of sit at home. You have to kind of let them take some control in your zone, and you have to have a solid enough defense that your defense won't break under a little pressure from the Sun Devil offense. If you're able to do all of that, if you can sit back and play clean hockey, try to force mistakes from the Sun Devil Elite, or the D2 Sun Devil Elite, and try to get those defensive zone turnovers, that seems to be the key to success.
And there's
that's how
another
it's worked out
center
for
ice
SDSU.
turnover that Sevilla has the puck here. Sevilla leaves it off to Lap. And he can't do it. Now it's Sevilla battling along the near boards here, right below us with Ryan Moore. Scotty Farr in there as well. Arizona State's going to go for a change, and so does San Diego State. And Rob Wood's going to go for a change here as San Diego State has it in their own zone. Here's Stelnick. Stelnick finds the goal scorer, Cameron Davis, but he can't control it. Now it's Cotnoir across the line. There's Cotnoir. Cotnoir, he controls a backhand shot there. Nice job by Connor O'Brien again to control those rebounds, because I know me and Carr talked about in the pregame again, is that's how ASU were scoring their goals last night, is by getting those rebounds in the dirty areas.
Absolutely. O'Brien definitely just improving every minute he spends out there. As last night, we really saw him step up his game even in the third period last night. It seems to have carried over for him into tonight's game too.
Kept in there by the Sun Devils. Let's have Vrillick in deep. The captain, he can't quite control it, and it's taken back by San Diego State. Danny Caressel. Caressel just throws it in, and here's Holt that gives chase. Corey Frank picks it up in deep, and again a turnover there. Here comes Tavares in the slot area, blocked away by, I believe, Vrillick shot, and they score! No, they don't.
Interesting. It looked like that.
I thought that puck was in the net.
The rest of it better.
What in the world? Big rebound given up. Even better save by Connor O'Brien. Honestly, I think our eyes deceived us, because that puck. Was it in? Yeah, I was trying to ask some of our people here.
I was gonna say all the eyes we have up here in the press booth seem to think that puck went in. For SDSU, we all have pretty much the same angle. As you might hear Richard talking to Carla Bombard, one of our intermission reporters here right now. We all kind of have the same angle, but it looked like Corey Frank was beaten by that one.
I think what even got us is the San Diego State bench they were fired up. I think they thought that was in. Unfortunately, no replays for us. I would love to see one, because we're confused at this point, folks. We really are. And there's Pope and Hanlon. Hanlon gives chase. He picks it up, but going back to that missed goal, that was yet again another defensive zone turnover, because Corey Frank had the puck in deep and they could not clear it, and it almost ended up in the back of the net. Another big break by the Sun Devils. As now it's picked up here by Lap. Lap looking for Kristoff, far side. Kristoff looking to get it in, but it's picked up by Morgan. And now it's Kristoff again, back to Sevilla. Kristoff in his own zone. Butler breaks it up though, and Butler has it, looking for a Sun Devil teammate, and is broken up again. And here's a big hit laid down there by Sevilla on Butler, and a lot of neutral ice play as well. It seems like that was kind of the first and third periods last night were that type of game, very neutral ice orientated game, and that's when San Diego State played their best, and that's what we're seeing again here.
You're very right, Richard. I think it definitely plays in the Aztecs' favor if they can keep the pace of this game closer to the way it was in last night's third period. If they can keep the puck closer to the neutral zone, closer to center ice, they can get those breakaway chances, and they can try and counterpunch this kind of all-out ASU attack.
This has been a very interesting first period. We hope you're enjoying it at home. Richard Flores, Jason Chesser with you on the Walter Cronkite Sports Network as always. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to those of you watching on SDSUhockey.com. We understand you're watching there, and here's Parker Fultz that takes a shot that just misses wide, and we thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're enjoying it. Your team is up 1-0. So, again, thank you so much. As it's Charles Edson in deep for the Sun Devils. Now it's Parker Fultz. And now it's around to Charles Edson near side. Edson gets it back into Fultz. Mitchell Lyons gives chase here with Kristoff. Back to Edson. Edson takes a shot falling down that misses wide. Picked up by Fultz. And now it's Lyons. Lyons goes down, no call. Picked up by Kristoff. Kristoff has it here. He's going to clear the zone. And he'll just dump it in, and they'll go for a change. And as it's picked up by Andrew Hefter with 3.5 to go. First period, big hit along the boards there. Offsides is going to be the call. They'll have to reset, but it's picked up here by number 3 for ASU, Nick Muller. Muller throws it in deep, and it's going to be picked up near side by Scotty Farr. Farr tries to get it around, blocked away by Navarez. Picked up by Rob Wood, and they clear it all the way down. No icing, so Enzer is going to give chase along with number 10, Stelnick, and Enzer finds his D teammate. And again, another turnover there in front. Stelnick, he has it, just misses wide, couldn't quite corral the puck. Still loose in front, SDSU battles. They still have it. Stelnick has it in deep. Again, defensive zone turnovers for ASU. Gotta clean that up if you're the Sun Devils if they want to win this hockey game. Because it almost bit them right there, did it not again, Jason?
Absolutely. You can see SDSU definitely selling out on the defensive zone pressure on the Sun Devils. They had multiple guys over across that blue line in ASU's zone after they dumped it in there. That's exactly the type of play SDSU wants to play. They want to keep it back and forth so they can force those turnovers from the Sun Devils.
Battle along here near neutral ice, and now it's going to be a goal scorer, number 6, Cameron Davis across the line, trying to leave it for Stelnick, can't do it, and it's picked up by Scotty Farr. Now it's Wood, he's got more, here comes more, in on the goal, backhand chance, they score! Huge transition goal there, Scotty Farr across the line, finds a teammate there, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, just a really cleanly executed breakaway there by ASU. Not a whole lot you can do against that if you're this SDSU defense, or Connor O'Brien in particular there between the pipes. Just clean passing there from Scotty Farr over to Ryan Moore. Moore took it way deep, made a couple of moves, and then I think he actually went 5-hole on O'Brien there.
He did. That was a clear 5-hole.
O'Brien's a guy, he moves left to right about as well as anyone I've seen out here at the ACHA D2 level. 5-hole was probably a smart call there, as he has that horizontal movement down.
Waiting on the assist.
Assist to number 26, Rob Wood.
Rob Wood.
Number 28, Scott Farr.
Rob Wood, Scotty Farr get the assist. Scotty Farr's first point as a Sun Devil. Ryan Moore as well gets the goal. He scored last night from Rob Wood, so the Moore and Wood connection working pretty well. Gotta be happy with that. That secondary scoring we talk about so much coming through there as the Sun Devils, after a tough opening 17.5 minutes for them, huge for them to get the late goal there on the transition. Now it's Hallen who throws it in deep here. Picked up here by O'Brien. O'Brien leaves it for lap, but it's turned back over to the Sun Devils. Owoski has it back on the blue line. He takes a shot, but it's broken up by number 49 for San Diego State. Turnover here by Frank. They score! Tough break for the Sun Devils, and once again, it's going to be number 49, Danny Caressel, that capitalizes on the misplay by Corey Frank. And just as we talked about, ASU got the late goal. San Diego State gets an even later goal. How demoralizing is that for ASU?
That's a huge momentum swing here for the San Diego State University Aztecs. Tough break there by Corey Frank for the Sun Devils. And that's the result of all of this pressure SDSU has been putting on ASU in their defensive zone. They know the Sun Devils are prone to those defensive zone turnovers, and they know they can punish them for it. Danny Caressel has been doing a great job, in particular, hustling down the ice, getting across that blue line and getting into ASU zone. And it paid off for him there as he was able to get his stick on the puck before Frank could clear it, put it back into the net.
Unassisted, Danny Caressel. 2 points on the night from Danny Caressel as we approach the final minute of this first period. It's going to be Butler that skates in across the line and covered up by O'Brien. And this has been really textbook hockey on the part of San Diego State. They have played beautifully well in this first period, capitalizing on those Sun Devil mistakes. And if they continue to play like this, Arizona State is going to find it tough to kind of get back in this one.
I think SDSU has really been able to stick to their game plan in this one, Richard. they've been able to execute just like you mentioned. It's been textbook stuff out there from them, dumping it in, pressuring ASU in their own defensive zone, and forcing those defensive zone turnovers that we know ASU is prone to make.
ASU has it here in the offensive zone. It's going to be number 3 for ASU, Nick Muller, that has it in deep. They battle, continue to battle. These are the battles that ASU's got to win if they want to win this hockey game, and they do there. Now it's Morgan in deep, 22 to go, first period. Morgan skates with it here, battles along the near boards, finds Butler far side. Butler takes a shot, trying to look for the deflection from Jason Kuda. Now it's in deep from Morgan. Morgan has it here near side, wraps it around looking for Butler. Butler looking for Kuda and near the slot area, and Kuda tips it, but it goes wide, and that'll do it for the first period. Our score after 1 period of play, San Diego State 2, Arizona State 1, and Jason, if you're ASU, you got to be very disappointed in that first period.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-1 game, and honestly, it could be a 3-1 game. We're still trying to figure out exactly what happened on what looked to be a second goal of that period for SDSU. San Diego State seems to have figured out a way to really rattle this Sun Devil team. They're applying a lot of pressure into ASU's defensive zone, something the NAU Ice Jacks were able to do when they beat the Sun Devils here in Oceanside. And, you know, I think that might be the formula for handling this ASU team. The Sun Devils have done a solid job cutting down on those penalties as we're waiting right now for shots on goal.
But
I think it was 5-9, is that what?
that's what I heard, it was 9-5 in favor of the Aztecs. Odd number, but we're going to go with it for now.
So yeah, 5-9. ASU, they were able to control the puck in the Aztec zone for a decent chunk of time, especially during the power play for that 5-minute major towards the beginning of this first period. But they weren't able to get too many tries out. They were being forced towards the boards. Definitely a good job by the SDSU defensive unit as a whole. But what it came down to is ASU was not able to really set up shop in SDSU's defensive zone. The Aztecs were able to clear the puck. They were able to force the puck more towards the neutral zone, and then they were able to dump it in, put pressure on ASU when they had it in their own defensive zone.
Yeah, and well said, Jason. It's a game of adjustments, so we'll see what adjustments are going to be made in the second period by both teams. Again, our score after 1 period of play, San Diego State 2, Arizona State 1. You're watching Sun Devil Hockey on Cronkite Sports.
welcome to the first period intermission report. I'm Carla Bombard, joined by Richard Flores. After the first period, SDSU leads 2-1. So Richard, how are the Devils looking tonight compared to last night?
Well, you know, we talked about in the pregame, Cara, and this was the exact way that the Sun Devils did not want to play. We talked about San Diego State pushing the play, and they did that. They were able to capitalize on mistakes by the Sun Devils. A couple of turnovers. Kevin Hamlin had the puck in his defensive zone. He turned it over to Cameron Davis and Danny Caressel, and Davis put in the back of the net to give San Diego State an early 1-0 lead. And then later on in the period, after the Sun Devils tied it up on the goal from Ryan Moore, it was Danny Caressel again that got the turnover off the stick of the goaltender Corey Frank, who came way out of his net to try and stop a goal, but it kind of bounced off his stick, and it was picked up by Caressel, and he put it in the back of the net to give SDSU a 2-1 lead, and that goal came late as well, and late goals, they always hurt. So the Sun Devils, they're going to have to make a lot of adjustments in the second period.
Well, speaking of goals, we saw so many goals happen tonight, but some of them didn't happen. So what happened? I'm confused at what happened.
Yeah, I tried to talk to one of the San Diego State coaches downstairs. They were in the locker room, so I couldn't do it. But there was a goal about midway through that period, and I called it as a goal if you were watching us, and it was clear. And I talked to about 5 or 6 people here that were helping us out, and they all said that puck was in the back of the net, and that was an interesting no call by the referees, and it could have been a huge goal because that would have put SDSU up 2-0, but it was called back, and I don't know. I'm going to try and find an explanation as to why that was called a no goal, because it really changed the pace of play, and it could have been a little bit different, but we'll try.
ASU is beating SDSU with shots on goal 25-9. I would think that they would have more goals on the board so far, but it's been kind of a slow game, slow start, right?
I mean, the one thing that's going on from the Sun Devils right now is they're not getting those rebounds. The one thing that's really big in that first period was the play of Connor O'Brien, Cara. He's kept those rebounds at bay. Last night, we talked about in the pregame again, Sun Devils capitalized on those rebounds that O'Brien was giving up, and he did not give up any in that first period. And that's why the Sun Devils are down a goal. They did put a lot of shots on net, which is great, but they have to make sure those shots are good shots. And there's a difference between just shots and good shots. And the Sun Devils got to get more good shots in the next 40 minutes if they want to sweep this series against San Diego State.
Okay, well then how is the new fourth line doing tonight?
Yeah, I know we talked about it. Scotty Farr, Ryan Moore, Rob Wood, they connected for the Sun Devils' first goal, and that was nice to see Scotty Farr and Ryan Moore get that goal there, because we talked about it a lot, is that secondary scoring from the Sun Devils, that third and fourth line has to step up, and they did that tonight. So now, if you're the Sun Devils, you got to start seeing more scoring from your top 2 lines, and since you're down a goal, get that defense in there as well, because last night, 5 goals from the blue line, huge. Obviously, they're missing Jacob Weissman here tonight, but all that means is that Nick Muller's got to step up and show that he can play with these guys, and so that's going to be interesting for me to watch, is if the blue lines can step in and start getting some points on the board.
Okay, well, we shall see. Second period action. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody, to Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona on this beautiful Saturday night in Arizona. Our score after one period of play, San Diego State leads it 2-1. My name is Richard Flores, and I'm joined by Jason Chesler. And Jason, I want to recap something that happened in that first period. There was a big no-goal call about halfway through, and I was just talking to San Diego State's head coach, and he got his explanation for the reason why that non-goal about midway through that period was that the referee saw it as that Corey Frank stopped it on the goal line twice and the puck was cleared. So the refs never saw that puck go in, and that was definitely kind of changed the game a little bit.
Yeah, certainly a big call. Looks like there's been is that a change in net for the Sun Devils?
That's
I'm pretty easily distracted here.
Kyle Dietrich in that?
That might be Dietrich back there. Hopefully we get the update. Dietrich and Corey Frank are the only goalies listed, to my knowledge. But that non-goal call for SDSU was a huge play, or at least feels like a huge play so far in this one, Richard. Obviously, SDSU is up a goal, so it's not the biggest deal in the world if things end like that.
Corey Frank, that is Corey Frank.
That is Corey Frank. I'm seeing things. I apologize, everyone. He has the 33 TV number. It looked like a 4 for me for a bit.
Johnny's Ice House in Chicago, Illinois. Arizona State Sun Devils 5, Illinois 0.
And we have another D1 score update for the ASU D1 hockey team. They're up 5-0 over Illinois on the road right now after 2.
That's a huge series for ASU, and they're coming out on top looking for the sweep on the road, their first road series of the year. So good for them. Keep you updated as we find out more. Icing is the call here, so offensive zone faceoff coming for San Diego State. And Jason, let's talk about the play of Connor O'Brien. Me and Cara talked about it a little bit, but I have been very impressed with his play so far.
As have I, Richard, as have I. Connor O'Brien, I felt like I might have criticized him a bit too much during the first and beginning of the second periods of last night's game, where he was getting abused a little bit, giving up a few too many rebounds to this ASU attack, and it resulted in 5 ASU goals in those 2 periods, if I remember correctly. Or I beg your pardon, 6 actually, I think. But so far since then, in last night's third period and the first period tonight, Connor O'Brien has looked great. He's been smothering a lot more of those rebounds, using his glove a bit more efficiently, and he still moves around as well as any other goalie I've seen out here this year in the ACHA Division II.
Sun Devils again having trouble getting the puck out of their zone. And here's a chance here, backhand blocked away by Butler, kept in the line by Navarez. Navarez gets it in deep there. Back line to Navarez, shot down, goes in wide. And San Diego State coming out aggressive in this second period to start. Couple of good shots on goal on Corey Frank, and the Sun Devils, though, control it here across the line. It's Butler. Butler trying to get a shot pass in front, turned away and kept in the line nicely by Owascu. Owascu looking for Hanlon. Hanlon gets a shot away, but it's blocked by Navarez and picked up here by John Riley, but he turns it back over to Butler, and Butler just throws it in for Lapp. Lapp leaves it for Navarez, and Navarez looking to clear, and it's Butler and number 9, Alex Cambus, that go to work for San Diego State, and finally cleared out at the line. It's Hanlon. Hanlon can't quite get it in, and it's cleared out here by San Diego State. Riley gets it in. Sevilla gives chase. Owascu and Hanlon on defense. Sevilla and Hanlon along with Morgan in deep. Finally, it's turned around to Kuda. Here's Kuda, kept in the line nicely by Keffer. All the way around, it's picked up by Hanlon, and Hanlon looks to clear. They do, and it's back at center ice for Keffer. Keffer looking for number 28, Connor Pope. Can't quite do it. And the Sun Devils have not had an offensive chance to begin this second period, so very slow start from them early on. And now it's San Diego State in their own zone, having a little trouble getting it out. And they finally do, so the Sun Devils will have to reset. Jason Kuda just throws it in, and ASU has to go for a change. And that's the thing about getting consistent offensive zone time is once you actually get a chance, you have to go for a change because you're too tired.
Exactly, Richard. I mean, the strategic element of hockey, line changing, keeping guys fresh out there, that's something a lot of common fans don't quite see, but it's a place where teams can be made or broken.
We have a penalty right now. Looks like it's going to be ASU going on the power play here.
Kristoff going in the box for San Diego State. So ASU's going to get their second power play of the night. 0 for 1 so far. On that first power play, they had it called back because it was kicked in by Morgan. So power play, hey, scoreboard's working, everybody, on the power play. Much better as it's cleared out right away by San Diego State. So it's a 2-minute penalty to Kristoff for high sticking, and it's going to be picked up in here by Scotty Farr in his own zone. Scotty Farr works with it across ice to Kinsey. Kinsey enters the zone with speed. Here's Kinsey looking in front for Rob Wood. Can't quite find him, and it's cleared out by San Diego State. And the Sun Devils will have to reset with $1:30 to go on this Arizona State 5-on-4 man advantage. And now it's Scotty Farr who has it here at center ice. Farr comes in across the line with speed near side. Scotty Farr continues to work with the puck. Throws it in deep looking for Rob Wood. Rob Wood all day he's got. Navarez kind of stays away from him. Now it's Moore in deep. Back to Wood. This was the line that scored the only ASU goal, and they're out here now instead of that top line that we usually see for the Sun Devils. Interestingly enough, Rob Wood shot on Scotty Farr in front, blocked away though by a San Diego State player. Back in the line, it's kept in by Kinsey. Kinsey looking for Moore. Good stuff here from ASU. Rob Wood in front on the deflection. How's this line looking very, very good right now? Or not. Big hit along the boards there. No call. Maybe looking for boarding was a couple of ASU players. There's some of the scratches there. ASU has controlled it in their offensive zone for most of this power play as Ryan Moore has it here, far side. Leaves it for Scotty Farr. Now it's Moore looking for Wood. You're looking in front. Shot on there, blocked away by Connor O'Brien. Finally picked up by Lapp. Kept it in the line by Enzer. Good stuff here from ASU. It's Rob Wood. Leaves it for Moore in the slot. Blocked away by San Diego State. And then finally cleared out by San Diego State. And San Diego State held tall on that one as it's cleared out and power play won't end. Arizona State goes to 0 for 2 on the power play. Another penalty coming. Arizona State going to go on the power play again. Back-to-back power play chances now for ASU. As the puck possession was very nice, the passing was very good on that last power play chance for ASU, but they just couldn't quite capitalize.
Yeah, altogether ASU did a good job on that one, keeping the puck possession, not allowing SDSU to clear that puck. But you do have to give credit to the Aztecs defensive unit out there. The PK unit able to keep ASU pinned to those boards pretty well. Not a lot of pucks going in front of the net. Not a whole lot of chances coming from the slot. Just that one at the end that got fanned on. And it's definitely a tough task for this SDSU unit to be called upon again. Just when they get the PK, they have another power play coming at them from ASU.
Vincent DiMaggio to the box for boarding as it's cleared out right away by San Diego State. Arizona State, this is their third power play of the game now. Last night they were 0 for 3 and 0 for 2 so far here this evening, including that 5-minute major very early on in the first period as Butler comes in across the line. Butler looking to make a move near side. Gets it back to the line to Hanlon. Hanlon takes a shot. Pad save O'Brien. Deflected here back at the line. It's Hanlon. Hanlon looking for Morgan. Here's Morgan in deep looking for Butler. Morgan crashes the net. Butler looks near side looking for Jason Kuda. Can't quite do it. Kept in line by Hanlon. Now it's Kuda. Kuda back in the line to Hanlon. Hanlon gets a big shot away, but it's blocked by Sevilla. And the Sun Devils will have to reset here with $1:10 to go on their man advantage. Brought in here by Hanlon. He'll throw it in. Justin Butler gives chase along with Kristoff for SDSU. Now it's Sevilla. Battles along with Morgan. Morgan's going to win that battle, and he finds Kuda. Back in the line, Hanlon. Big shot from the point. Rebound given up, but cleared to that safe area in behind the net, and San Diego State will clear it out. And they just missed a breakaway chance there. It was Alex Cambus. Boy, oh boy. He would have had a one-on-one with the goaltender. And we're going to have an interference call, so Owoski is going to go to the box now. And that will put us on 4-on-4 for the next 44 seconds.
Altogether, another good hold there by this SDSU PK unit. They were able to go out there. Again, not the most clear as you would expect from a solid penalty kill like that. ASU was able to control that puck in their offensive zone for a good chunk of the minute 20 seconds that they had the power play just now. But SDSU bending, but certainly not breaking, still forcing ASU to get near those boards.
San Diego State controls it here, and across the line is Brandon Vara. Vara can't quite find a teammate. Now it's picked up by Kinsey. Kinsey missing his old buddy Jacob Weissman tonight, interestingly enough.
Yeah, Wiseman a scratch for tonight's game, breaking up that first defensive pairing for the Sun Devils.
Still looking for a nickname for those two as Inzer takes a shot, rebound given up and cleared nicely by San Diego State as Parker Fultz takes a spill to the ice. Thrown in here deep. It's O'Brien that picks it up. Avrillic gives chase to it. And now the penalty to DiMaggio has expired, so 5-on-4 goes San Diego State, but it's Ingbar that has the ear shorthanded. Ingbar makes a move, backhand chance, rebound in front. Nice shorthanded chance there by Koda Ingbar. Arizona State already this season, I believe, has 2 shorthanded goals, if I'm correct on that one.
Yeah, 2 shorthanded goals, one of which was scored by Koda Ingbar.
Exactly. Brady Morgan got a shorty last night. So Ingbar battles in here on the penalty kill. Always a good thing when no boarding, maybe a boarding call there, but no call. As they go to work here, he's number 91. John Riley was thrown to the ice, and that is going to give Koda Ingbar a penalty, I do believe. Very interesting, Jason. I don't know if the camera caught it, but it looked to me like Ingbar was maybe the victim of a boarding, and he was not too happy about that, and so he literally just body slammed John Riley to the ice, and so he's going to the box, and because of that now, it's going to be a 5-on-3 opportunity now for San Diego State. So, in football you see it a lot, and kind of in hockey, the retaliation is what gets you. Exactly.
I mean, if the refs missed the first one, which I did not see if that was boarding or not, all we can go with is what the officials called, which was no call. They will get whoever retaliates, that's for sure. And this is it again. The penalties rearing their ugly heads for this ASU D2 team once again. They've had issues with this, and a lot of the times it's penalties just like that, Richard.
Ingbar's going to sit for the rest of this game. He's going to get a misconduct.
So game misconduct. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I believe this is the 4th game misconduct in 6 games for the Sun Devils. Yeah. That is a very unofficial stat. Last night we saw Mike Granato, I believe, be sent off late in last night's game with a game misconduct. And this ASU D2 team, they struggle with that. You can call it a lack of discipline. You can call it a lot of things. They certainly have some.
This is going to be huge, Jason, as Koda Ingbar. Wow, this could be a game changer, folks. So Koda Ingbar is getting a 5-minute major and a game disqualification for, I believe, roughing. Let's call it roughing. And so huge chance for San Diego State to really pull away in this one, as Ingbar is done for the night. As they skate 5-on-3 here to San Diego State for the next 20 seconds. It's Navarez. Navarez far side for 2 tag, broken up there by Dan Kinsey, but Navarez gets it back. Navarez from the blue line. Keffer, one-timer. Saved by Corey Frank, and the Sun Devils go to work here. Looking to clear it, they do not. It's Keffer now. Keffer, back in the line, Navarez. Navarez in 2 tag. Play tic-tac-toe, 2 and 1, as the penalty to Owaski has expired. 5-on-4 for the next 4:20 for San Diego State now, as they look here. Backhand, they score! Number 8, Travis Sevilla, puts San Diego State up 3-1.
Sevilla has been a high-energy player for the Aztecs all game long. Certainly good to see a player who's been playing tough out there get rewarded with a goal. And, a 5-minute penalty kill, that's asking a bit much from any unit out there, even the unit that's been as good as this ASU PK squad. Too many mistakes for the Sun Devils in this one. And SDSU, they've been able to punish them for them in ways that they weren't able to in last night's game.
And that's really been the MO for the Sun Devils this year, is that they have really made way too many mistakes. And if they play mistake-free hockey, this is one of the best teams in the country, as ACHATalk.com ranked them 4th in the nation just last week in their first things that were released. And now it's going to be Brady Morgan looking to go shorthanded here, makes a move, backhand, he scores! Brady Morgan all by himself makes a move around the San Diego State defense, It's 3-2 San Diego State now as the Sun Devils answer back right away.
Brady Morgan skating in open ice is a beautiful thing to watch, whether you're cheering for him or against him. The deking, the movement, the puck control by Brady Morgan there, showing the Oceanside crowd why he is ASU's leading scorer. His second shorthanded goal in as many games against the SDSU Aztecs, and that's exactly how he did it last night. This is a man who gets out there in open space, he dekes his way straight to the net, put a great move on Connor O'Brien. It was just a little too quick for him with the backhand.
And if you're Coach LeClaire, you gotta love the fact that the Sun Devils are staying aggressive on the shorthanded because that's really the only way for them to get back in it. Jason Kuda is going to get an assist as well on that goal. Beautiful goal from Brady Morgan. And Jason, my oh my, Brady Morgan impresses us every night with a highlight reel goal. Last night, he had a highlight reel goal, I believe, on that shorty. And again, another highlight reel goal. So Sun Devils just down a goal now after that big one from Morgan. But on the back end, still 3:18 of 5-on-4 for San Diego State. They already got one, looking for a second already. And Jason, this game has been a lot of fun so far. Back and forth, big goals from either team. I've been surprised as well by the play of San Diego State, especially after last night.
Yeah, last night SDSU really just got overpowered in that second period, but they were able to play ASU pretty close in the first and third. We did see the strength of the SDSU defense in the first and third periods last night. Tonight we got that strong defense once again, but we've got some breakaway chances and an offense that's just delivering a lot more than they were able to in game one.
John Riley looking to make a move. He looks for two-tag. Riley in front just off his stick. Well, it's picked up by Keffer now. Keffer finds Riley. Riley, the lone goal scorer for San Diego State last night. Now it's in deep for two-tag. Or excuse me, that was Lap. My apologies. Picked up here by Kevin Hallen. He looks to clear. And here goes Brady Morgan again, folks. Brady Morgan's going to go 1-on-2. Let's see what he does here. Makes a move. He's still loose. Rebound given up. Saved by Connor O'Brien. Brady Morgan, my oh my, a one-man band out there in the last couple minutes.
Brady Morgan's what we like to call instant offense out there on the ice. He'll do it all on his own. That time he met a guy who's just as quick out there on the ice. Connor O'Brien between the pipes was able to keep up with Morgan's moves. Still another great chance, another great shorthanded chance for ASU.
Taken away by Kuda here, shorthanded, but it's Keffer here, though, looks to get it for San Diego State. Now it's Stelnick. Stelnick looking to clear. He does not. Kept in by Havrilik, shorthanded. Havrilik just throws it in here, and Kristoff picks it up. Kristoff can't get it out. Kuda battles with Kristoff along the boards, along with Cambis. Cambis finally picks it up. Gives it back to Kristoff. Minute 45 to go. 5-on-4 for San Diego State. Already scored one goal on this 5-on-4, and already given up a goal as well on this 5-on-4. Cleared out back to center ice. It's number 14 for San Diego State down in Keffer. Glove save here by Corey Frank. So offensive zone face-off coming for San Diego State with 8:50 to go, second period, up a goal.
And you know, the Sun Devils bench would have to be happy with ASU being down just one goal after the 5-minute major. SDSU, the pressure might start to come on them here in the second period. Playing in front, definitely a different kind of pressure than the pressure you have battling against the clock playing from behind.
It's cleared out by the Sun Devil defense here and picked up by Lap. Lap tries to get it in, can't do it, and the Sun Devils cleared all the way down, and San Diego State's going to reset. Ryan Moore gives chase here, along with Lap for San Diego State. And I believe number 2, and cleared out by Owastu here. It's going to be picked up in deep by Alex Cambis, the leading goal scorer for San Diego State. And now across the line here, it's Moore who throws it in on goal there, and he'll leave it for John Riley with 49 seconds to go. Almost a turnover there for John Riley. Little overplay there by Ryan Moore. Shot out by Riley! Right into the glove of Corey Frank. Makes a nice save. By the way, pretty solid crowd tonight in behind Corey Frank for a D2 game. So always good to see a good crowd out here on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, we get some fans out here for D2. SDSU travels pretty well. As I think, Richard, you actually talked to a few of their fans before last night's game when we were in search of some player pronunciations and couldn't find the SDSU coaching staff. So definitely credit to fans of both teams showing up here at Oceanside tonight.
Oh, I thought there was another penalty they were coming for ASU. I guess not. My eyes deceived me. So 26 to go, 1-5-on-4 for San Diego State. 22 to go now as they'll look for one more rush. Here with 7:40 to go. Second period. Across the line, it's John Riley. Riley looking in front, turned away by Brady Morgan, who can't quite clear it. It's kept in by Riley. Riley finds Tudak far side. Trying to clear it there. He does, and now the Aztecs will reset, and the penalty the Dakota Ingbar penalty being served by Joey McHugh ends, and after that 5-minute major, 1 goal apiece for each team there, interestingly enough. So momentum up for grabs still, really after that. Maybe on Arizona State's side, considering they did get that goal shorthanded. As Morgan comes in here, backhand chance, no rebound given. Late whistle, excuse me. So earlier on, they were early on the whistle on the no-goal call for San Diego State, and a little late there on that whistle, because I thought O'Brien had it covered up pretty easily there. I lost sight of the puck, so.
Yeah, O'Brien doing a solid job all game long, smothering up those pucks, and I agree, Richard, looked like he had that one under control a bit before the whistle was blown. But you know what they say, you can please some of the people all the time. You can't please all the people all the time, Richard.
I could not think of a better quote for this game. Well said. Picked up by Rob Wood here. Rob Wood looking for Havrillik, gets it turned away though by a lap. And it's cleared out to center ice. Chance there by Havrillik. It was deflected by him right into the pads of Connor O'Brien. The shot from the point came from Kenzie. That's the right idea though, Jason. Get your big captain in front there looking for deflections, and that's how you're going to score, as that's a lot how the goals were scored last night. So see if they can do more of that. 6:40 to go, second period. Arizona State controls it in the offensive zone. Turned over to San Diego State, and they will clear. Here's one of the goal scorers tonight. Caressel tries to make a move. Big hit along the boards laid down by Enzer. And it's going to be picked up by Kenzie in his own zone. Kenzie makes a move. Looking for Rob Wood. Can't quite clear it out. They finally do, and it's taken by another goal scorer, Cameron Davis. It's Enzer in his own zone. Gets it back to Havrillik. Sandoval captain. Now it's Kenzie around the boards to Enzer. Enzer finds Cottonwar. And now it's Havrillik and Rob Wood that they go 2-on-2 here. Here's Havrillik, makes a move to the slot, shot out, rebound, they score! Havrillik took the original shot. O'Brien gave up a rebound. And I think we're going to give it to wait on number. Are we going to give it to Cottonwar? I think we're going to give it to Cottonwar. Maybe Enzer. We're going to wait for the official decision, but huge goal there by Arizona State to tie this game up with 3.
Huge goal and beautiful play there from the Sun Devils. Acting a bit in transition, not waiting for their full squad to show up across the blue line. Havrillik creating the original chance. O'Brien laying out for that one, but not quite able to get enough of his pads on it to stop that puck's momentum. And the tip-in going in. We're getting who officially tipped that one in. So they're saying it wasn't tipped in, actually. Havrillik put it in himself. Still just a great shot that just went under Connor O'Brien.
Honestly, I don't think that's right. Because Havrillik took the point shot, and I don't think he was there to get his own rebound. I thought it was maybe Cottonwar that got it. For now, we're going to go with Havrillik. Big goal by him. And again, that's the second time tonight we've seen a transition goal by ASU. So they're kind of, what hurts them is the transition game, and now it's also working in their favor as O'Brien finally gives up a rebound and they tie it up at 3. Huge goal with 5.5 to go in this second period. So we are all tied up at 3. Apologize, I was writing down in my scorebook. Scotty Farr picks up here for the Sun Devils. He gets the mid-area of a big hit there, laid down by Tutak, but it's cleared out to center ice and it's picked up by Hanlon. Allen finds Owascu back in his own blue line. Owascu skates with it. Stretch pass. Scotty Farr across the line. Farr skates with it. Now it's picked up by Moore. Moore looking for Fultz in the slot area, but it's all the way down. It's going to be picked up by Hefter. Hefter and Muller out there for ASU, the defensive pairing, and now it's before the official fourth line of McEwen and Rob Wood, and Joey McEwen out there for ASU. Shot on there, big rebound given up! Slot on, still rebound, penalty coming. I think it's going to be a cross check coming up on ASU as Corey Frank gave up a rebound, and they followed up with a big shot, but no goal there for San Diego State. I think they're going to get a power play as well coming up late in this one, in the second period.
Dangerous rebound there given up by Corey Frank. It looks like it's a hooking call coming out against ASU, and someone just had to bail out Frank.
Oh no, it's on San Diego State's going to get the penalty. Oh wait, hold on a minute. No. Oh dear. This is, okay, so we're going to have a double minor coming to Hefter for roughing, and I believe Stelnick as well is going to get the I think the original penalty went to Hefter there, and then on the follow-up it was Stelnick that kind of got an extra thing. Oh no, it's 4-on-4. Excuse me, I thought maybe it was a double minor, but it's going to be 4-on-4 as Hefter and Stelnick are in the box.
A score update at halftime from the ASU football game. They're up 47-6 over Colorado at the half right now.
Here comes Butler across the line. He finds Inzer. Morgan in front looking for that rebound, but it was in behind. And now stretch pass here for San Diego State all the way down. I think we're getting icing here. We do, as we play 4-on-4 in this one with 3:59 to go, second period. All tied up after a couple goals from Brady Morgan and Justin Havrillik to make this one all tied up at 3.
Now 4-on-4 should be particularly interesting in tonight's game with this matchup. Both teams have done a lot in transition. They've done a lot with that open ice space on the breakaway. 4-on-4, one fewer man out there for either side. That's a lot more space on the ice for any of these breakaway skaters to get going for either team.
Now it's going to be Havrillik, the goal scorer, across the line. Use it for Hanlon. Back to Havrillik in below the goal. Havrillik skates with it here, 4-on-4. Havrillik has it here, looking in front. Back to Owascu at the blue line. Owascu, shot pass in front. Deflected wide and picked up by Hanlon. Hanlon and Havrillik go to work here. Havrillik indeed. Looking in the slot area, picked up by Owascu. Owascu takes a big shot. Rebound given up but cleared. Now Owascu keeps it in. Owascu across the line to Hanlon. Hanlon, shot pass in front. Deflected by San Diego State, and finally picked up and not cleared out by San Diego State. Owascu skates in here, and now San Diego State's going to get it out, and they'll have to reset. 29 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. In the late second period here, and San Diego State's going to pick it up. It's Sevilla. Sevilla across the line, offsides, that was a call. 2:51 to go, second period.
Some eerie similarities to the earlier 4-on-4 in tonight's matchup for the Aztecs. Another chance for a pretty good 2-on-2 try just now, and another costly mistake, an offside there. They had, I think, an offside and a icing on a couple of potential breakaways during this game's first 4-on-4 chance.
Here comes Kuda across the line. He gains his own. Looking to make a move. Still has the puck far side. Hinsey from the blue line. Big shot goes high and wide over O'Brien. And now the penalties have expired. Back to full strength we go. Now it's John Riley across the line for San Diego State. Now it's Riley indeed battling with Hefter. Or excuse me, Inzer. Inzer and Moore go to work along with Tutag and Riley. Finally won by Inzer, and Inzer, your center ice looking for Kuda. Kinsey now dumps it in deep for the Sun Devils. Now it's going to be picked up indeed by Rob Wood. Rob Wood going to work. He goes down. No call though. Rob Wood continues to control it as he wins that puck battle. Near side. Back to the blue line. Wood just skates it all the way around. It's finally going to be picked up by Ryan Moore. Moore looking in front for Kuda. Blocked away, however, by John Riley. Riley and Tutag work with it. Now they find wrapping around looking for Stelnick. Picked up though, however, by Vincent DiMaggio. And DiMaggio loses the puck to Hanlon. And Hanlon looks to get in, but it was blocked away by a referee. And now across the line, it's Stelnick. Stelnick and Cameron. Big shot, he scores! Stelnick! Eric Stelnick comes in across the line. Again, on a transition, they get the puck in the neutral zone, coming across the line. He kind of dangles and dangles and waits and gets it past Corey Frank. 4-3, San Diego State leads.
Stelnick had a very solid game for the Aztecs last night. Gets on the board in this one. And Richard, you said it yourself, he played the waiting game on that one. We've seen most of these transition tries for both teams. Guys going for the double move, lots of deking, lots of movement from side to side. That time, I apologize, that time Stelnick just decided to do none of it. Waited it out, fired a very tough shot on Corey Frank's stick side and was able to beat him.
Donnie Kepper is going to get the assist on that one. So big late goal there by San Diego State to get them in the lead. There's Charles Etzing gives chase. He kind of victim of a little elbow, no call though, and it's Havrillik that battles along the near boards. Havrillik and Etzing go to work, and it's going to be taken by San Diego State. They look to clear, and now it's Sevilla trying to go on a break, can't do it. And as we wind down to the final minute of play in this second period, picked up here in deep by Hefter. Hefter across the line to Muller. Now it's Havrillik. Havrillik trying to make a move. He turns it over in his own zone and kept in line by Sevilla. Now it's Cambus looking for Sevilla. Sevilla shot on. No rebound given though by Corey Frank. And San Diego State now started to pick up their play a little bit after that goal from Eric Stelnick. And they'll have an offensive zone face-off coming up.
Yeah, SDSU has really been able to prevent the momentum from slipping out of their hands pretty much from the get-go in this one. They got on the board first. ASU not giving up at all. They've got a lot of fight in this team. Battling back on numerous occasions, tying it up at 3. But San Diego State has still generally kept the pace of this game in their favor. They have not allowed ASU to really take things over offensively, which is exactly what the Sun Devils want to do.
Sun Devils will go 2-on-2 here. It's Butler across the line. Now it's Morgan backhand. He throws it high and wide into the netting and out of play. And we're going to have a face-off outside the San Diego State zone. And Jason, this game is starting to remind me a lot of that first game against NAU. Very similar game. Arizona State down a goal late here in the second period. They were down by as much as 2 goals in that game to NAU. They came back late and then gave another late goal to lose that one. So are you kind of getting the same vibe and that same kind of feeling?
I am, Richard. SDSU, I think, got their game plan straight from the NAU Ice Jacks. This idea of staying at home on defense, forcing ASU to make mistakes, and pressuring for those defensive zone turnovers, along with looking to counterpunch and try and score in transition. That's exactly what the Ice Jacks were able to do when they beat the Sun Devils.
Darren Kinsey is down on the ice. And so we're going to have a big power play coming up for ASU as I'm waiting on the call here. Kenzie's still down.
Kenzie injury would be a bad break for ASU. Obviously, you never want to see anyone get injured out there for either side. You want to see these guys stay healthy out there. Good to see Kenzie skating off right now.
So John Riley is going to the box to see what the call is. Very late, so they're not going to really have a chance to score here, but in the third period they will. And Kenzie's still out there. These hockey players, they are the toughest sons of guns you will ever see, are they not?
Tough as nails. Kenzie is going to be spending some time on the bench, at least in this one. ASU seems like they're catching a break here. The Kenzie's not too badly banged up. I mean, with Jacob Wiseman, the other top defenseman, out for the Sun Devil squad, they have tons of depth at the defensive position in that blue line. Inter and Owascu certainly could be a top defensive pairing for most teams in the ACHA D2. But losing Kenzie when they're already down Weissman would not have been a good thing for the Sun Devils.
This is a huge power play for Arizona State. Really, I don't really say this a lot, but it's almost a must score because they're going to get it to start that third period, and if they can score to tie it up, huge momentum boost for them. As it's going to be Kuda taking the draw here. He wins it clean, 5 seconds. Now it's going to be turned over here and thrown all the way down. That was the roughing penalty to John Riley late in that one at 19:55 of the second period. And so we end the second period with our score. San Diego State 4, Arizona State 3. And Jason, a very interesting back and forth game. 2 goals were scored apiece, but the big one was the goal by Eric Stelnick to put San Diego State in front on that neutral ice turnover. He was able to come in across the line and put San Diego State up a goal.
Yeah, Stoneck's goal really pretty indicative of SDSU's game plan this entire game. Pretty much a representation of why they're up 4-3 here at the end of 2. Getting these ASU turnovers, that one was in the neutral zone. A lot of them have come in ASU's defensive zone, has been vital for the Aztec attack. That's been their strategy all along. Pressure ASU, try and get one of those pucks stray so they can get a good transition chance. And that was just another good transition chance that Eric Selnick did a great job putting into net.
So Arizona State is going to start the third period on the power play. So far they're 0 for 3, but somebody's got to step up on that power play. Who do you think it's going to be? Who are you looking for on that power play to maybe get this game tied?
You know, I think the hot hand right now has to be Brady Morgan for ASU. He scored an impressive short-handed goal in this one. Has been a great breakaway skater for them altogether. But I actually wouldn't expect quite as much Brady Morgan in the power play attack. Power play offense isn't quite as much about the explosive offense. It's not quite as much about the transition chances. It's more about settling down, passing well, having soft hands to take those passes, and then firing off a good chance with a lot of screening, maybe trying to get a tip in or a rebound. And because of that, I want the captain, Justin Navrolik, out there getting the most playing time if I'm Coach LeClaire or anyone on this ASU bench.
And with that said, we're going to take a break for now and come back with our intermission show. Myself and Carr are going to break down a very interesting second period. Again, for Jason Chesler, my name is Richard Flores. You're watching Arizona State Hockey on Cronkite Sports.
welcome to the second period intermission report. I'm Carla Bombard, joined by Richard Flores. After the second period, SDSU leads 4-3. So, Richard, how about the power plays tonight? We've seen so many of them, and it's been mostly this whole game, it's been about power plays.
Yeah.
What has been happening?
I mean, we've talked about really all season that we've been calling these games, and that is the fact that really the special teams has been the tipping point for ASU, and it was again here tonight as they had a 5-minute major in that second period. Dakota Ingbar, he is also out for the rest of the game because he was a disqualification for that roughing penalty, and on that 5-minute major, SDSU was able to capitalize pretty early on, getting the goal from Sevilla to put them up 2 goals, but Arizona State answered back on a goal by Brady Morgan, which everybody up here was just saying, wow, it was an incredible goal, really working all by himself around probably about 6 San Diego State players, even though they can't put 6 on the ice.
In between everyone, it was a great goal by Brady Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, what else is new though from Brady Morgan? And that got them back in the game, but it was another late goal by Stelnick on a turnover, however, in the neutral zone, and he was able to come in and get a shot on goal on Corey Frank and get it past him to put them up a goal. Heading into the third period in Cara, you talked about the power plays,
yes.
And ASU's going to have one to start the third period, and it's going to be huge for them to see if they can get that momentum rolling.
Do you think that will help them at all? Help them get on the scoreboard and maybe tie the game up? Or?
It will, because they're 0 for 3 on the power play tonight, but on that last power play, I was very impressed by the play of Rob Wood and Ryan Moore and Scotty Farr. They were able to keep it in the offensive zone for most of the time. It was just Connor O'Brien that stood on his head and made some big stops on that power play. So if I were Coach LeClaire, that's the line I want out there to begin the third period, because that's that third line. I go out there, they're working very tough, they want those puck battles, and I think that's how they're going to get this game tied, is by winning those puck battles in deep and putting somebody in front of the net, maybe a deflection or something like that.
All right. Well, speaking of all these players, are there any players that maybe will be sticking out to us this coming period, or will be doing better?
I mean, yeah, I was looking at, Rob Wood and Ryan Moore and Scotty Farr, like I just talked about, Cara, those 3. But other than those 3, somebody I'm looking at is Nick Muller. He's stepping in for Jacob Weissman here tonight, and he's played okay, but I want to see him step up maybe a little bit and get himself on the board. I talked about him in the second intermission as well, and if he's able to do that, I think the Sun Devils can get back in this game and maybe win it, because as we talked about so much, is that Sun Devil blue line is so great at scoring the puck, and they need that blue line to step up down a goal in the third.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for third period action.
Welcome back, everybody. Oceanside Ice Arena in beautiful Tempe, Arizona, for a wonderful Saturday night for hockey. Our score, after 2 periods of play, San Diego State 4, Arizona State 3. My name is Richard Flores, and as always, I'm joined by Jason Chesler. And as we begin this 3rd period, Kyle Dietrich is coming out to start, interestingly enough, in place of Corey Frank, who gave up 4. As Jason has lost his notes, they are gone, they are everywhere. He's regrouping.
Have my notes back.
Okay, here we go. So let's talk about this. Number 1, Kyle Dietrich is in net for Arizona State. Welcome back, everybody. Number 2, they're going to start on the Power Ice Arena. Big first minute, 55 seconds. Arizona State.
Yeah, ASU with a chance to take some of this momentum back here at the start of the 3rd with that power play chance. But they're going to be doing it with a new guy between the pipes. Kyle Dietrich started most games for ASU. This was Corey Frank's 2nd start of the season, and it looks like it's over before he got a chance to finish it out. Frank, it's hard to say that Frank struggled too badly out there, given the number of defensive zone turnovers ASU gave up. Granted, Frank did make one of those turnovers himself, but still, Kyle Dietrich does bring just a bit more stability to this ASU defense. I think he gives them a bit better chance to come back and close this one out here in the 3rd, mostly just because of his rebound control. Kyle Dietrich controls rebounds better than pretty much any other goalie out there in the ACHA, and that's a strength that ASU needs against this fast-paced SDSU kind of transition attack.
We are underway in 3rd period. It's going to be Butler that controls it. For Arizona State, he brings it in across the line. He has it here far side. Picked up here by Braden Morgan, a goal scorer already here tonight. Short-handed. That's his goal, that beautiful goal.
One of those turnovers himself.
ASU back within a goal is now Butler and deep. Back to the line, it's Kenzie. Kenzie finds Butler. Butler works with it here. Butler finds Morgan. So they play tic-tac-toe. Morgan back in behind the net. It's Butler. Butler looking in front. Rebound. Kuda takes a big shot and it's cleared to the near side by San Diego State. Nice job defensively by San Diego State to stop the big rebound there. And now it's Morgan who controls it near side. Morgan gets it in deep to Kuda. Kuda works it in behind the net. Around to Butler. Butler looking for a shot pass in front for Morgan. Doesn't quite go. And now it's Butler. Butler far side for Inzer. He takes a big shot. Rebound. Just trickles to the far side, and it's picked up by Butler with 46 to go on the power play. Back in the line, it's Kenzie. And Jason, me and Carl talked about the need for the ASU defense to step up like they have in the last few games. Big shot there. Rebound given. It's Kuda, and it's cleared to the far side boards by San Diego State. And here's Butler now. 28 seconds to go. Havrilik is coming out for ASU. Wraparound chance. Big rebound. Play's blown dead. I think the net came off its moorings, and so an offensive zone face-off for Arizona State coming up.
ASU doing a good job controlling this puck right now, but they need to be doing more than just controlling if they're going to capitalize on the last 22 seconds of this power play. Finally, the last few seconds there after Justin Havrilik had checked in off the bench, they finally got that puck out towards the slot, out in front of the net. They can't allow themselves to be forced towards the boards, forced into the corners by this SDSU penalty kill defense.
ASU's gotten a couple of shots on goal on the power play so far, just haven't quite capitalized. The San Diego State's defense has helped out their goaltender and clearing the puck to easy areas, and now it's Hefter back in the line to Muller. There's Muller, shot pass intended for Moore, misses his stick, and now it's near side for Lapp. Kept into the line, it's Hefter. They said it was offsides, but it's cleared out anyway. 6 seconds to go on the power play for ASU. Dietrich gets it up for Moore. Moore in across the line. He's got Cottonmore with him, picked up by Havrilik. Havrilik looks to make a move. Now it's Cottonmore, backhand, goes wide there. And now it's cleared all the way around. I think we're getting an icing call here, so offensive zone faceoff coming for ASU as a nice job by San Diego State to kill off another ASU power play. And ASU continues to struggle on the power play, albeit scoring a shorthanded goal. 0 for their last 7 these last 2 nights, and that's something ASU's got to correct to contend with the likes of a Michigan State or some of your top-tier Division II teams. As though next week, I believe they're back at home. Not sure who they're playing next week. But we'll have it for you here on Cronkite Sports, and make sure to tune in for that. And now it's in deep. It's John Riley with Owascu. Picked up by Moore in his own zone. Moore looking to clear. Finds Havrulik. Havrulik has scored a goal here tonight already. Scored that third goal for ASU to get the game tied, and offsides is the call. So face-off just outside the San Diego State zone. 17:24 to go.
SDSU once again doing a good job, not just killing the power play of ASU, but also stopping ASU from retaining any of their momentum when the game goes back to even strength. Against Weber State in particular, but even against NAU a little bit, after ASU would have their penalty killed, they'd still be able to maintain a consistent attack.
Big shot, rebound given up, and Charles Edson, he scores! Jason, I talked about it at intermission. That's the line they wanted out on the power play, and they answer. It's 4-4. I believe it was Edson that gets his first goal of the season to tie it up at 4.
And that was a puck that just leaked out a little bit after the face-off. Ended up finding its way to Charles Edson on the rebound. Heads-up play from ASU, staying with that puck. You know, just as I was saying, SDSU doing a good job bringing the momentum back to even after the power play. ASU with just one breakaway chance like that brings things back in their favor, brings the scoreline back to even at 4-4.
Getting the assist, so hold on just a second. Rob Wood, Scotty Farr get the assist. For Wood and for Farr, their second points in the night. So that line has very much impressed. And Coach Clare has to be impressed by them. I'm sure if with their play tonight, they're going to see more playing time.
Definitely.
San Diego State power play coming up now. So they'll have 2 minutes of 5-on-4. 1 for 1 on that 5-minute major. Waiting on the call. And Charlie Edson, the goal scorer, goes right to the box, interestingly enough. So it's going to be Edson to the box for tripping. San Diego State going to be on the power play for the next minute 42 seconds. Now I want to go back to that Arizona State goal for just a second, because that was all set up by Scotty Farr, who won the face-off, brought it running across the line, found Rob Wood, who got the shot away, and then it was followed up by Charles Edson. I mean, that is exactly the blueprint for ASU. And here comes Butler across the line, shorthanded, big save. And another shorthanded chance by ASU. I almost missed that, by the way, folks. I don't know where I was looking on that, but...
Yeah, Butler, another guy for ASU with big-time breakaway potential. I'd really say Brady Morgan, Justin Butler, and Koda Ingbar, who's been sent away with a game misconduct already in this one, are the biggest transition chances for the Sun Devils. But I agree with you, Richard, going back to that power play goal, or I'm sorry, post-power play goal by the Sun Devils. That was exactly what you wanted to see out of the line that they sent out there. Everyone contributed on that one. And that's just a complete team play that the Sun Devils really have to rely on.
58 seconds to go on the San Diego State power play, and Arizona State has done a beautiful job defending it so far. San Diego State has really not been in their zone at all the entire first minute and 10 seconds. They'll have to reset in their own zone here with 45 to go. Do not want to go anywhere, folks, because this third period, this last 15 and a half minutes or so, is going to be good. As we saw last week, a very fantastic finish in that first game against NAU, and we're in for another fantastic finish here tonight with the Aztecs and the Sun Devils here on Cronkite Sports. Has 22 to go on the power play. Back to the line here, it's DiMaggio. DiMaggio finds Sevilla. Sevilla, far ice, looking for a lap. Back at the blue line. Shot pass in front, turned away by Dietrich. Picked up here by John Riley. Riley finds Sevilla. Sevilla works and behind. Back to Riley. Riley, back to the line, it's Lap. Lap works with it here, gets it in deep, looking for 2-tag, and the penalty has expired. They kill it off. Shot in front, rebound given up. Picked up here by Edson, just out the box. Now it's Morgan that picks it up. San Diego State goes for 1 for 2 on the power play, and shot on there covered up by O'Brien. So big kill there by ASU, maybe to get some momentum.
Yeah, the Sun Devils able to keep it even there. SDSU not really getting any great chances on Dietrich during that power play. ASU able to dial up the pressure with their penalty kill unit, something they've been able to do successfully in the past, but something they haven't done too much of in this game is that defensive zone pressure of their own.
Puck cleared out here to neutral zone. Almost turned over to Stonek, but it's picked up by Cottonwar. Turned back over to Pope. Ryan Moore is on him, and he'll throw it in deep. Picked up by Enzer. In deep for the Sun Devils. Connor Pope gets him into the board. Looking in front. Shot on. Blocked away by Dietrich. Nice job by Stonek to get a shot away there. And now it's battle along here by Hefferlich. Hefferlich tries to get it out. Can't do it. He'll finally pick it up. And he'll find Kenzie. Here comes Kenzie with speed across the line. Here he comes. Big shot. Glove save, however, by O'Brien. And if you're Kenzie, instead he tried to go glove side there. You gotta look for the rebound because he had a couple of teammates that came in with speed across the line looking for that rebound.
Yeah, tough call there for Kenzie. I mean, that was pretty similar to the goal Kenzie was able to score on Connor O'Brien last night. Similar position and just a hard wrister to O'Brien's glove side. Looked like he couldn't quite see it too well on the first goal that got in during last night's game. That time O'Brien clearly had his eyes on it. Watched it right into the glove.
That third line right back out there. Getting an update on. Was that a final, Jason? 6-1?
I couldn't quite hear, but yeah, it's ASU 6, Illinois 1 over for the D1 squad. I believe that was the final, but I'm not quite 100% sure.
Hand pass is the call. I don't know about that one. Edson shaking his head on that one. Tough break, because ASU would have had a breakaway there with that third line, who's shown a lot of speed and a lot of good stuff from them tonight.
Yeah, this third line has really impressed for the Sun Devils tonight, Richard. You're definitely right on that one. Last night it was the blue line impressing. Tonight it's the third line. That first and second line, though, they really carried the day against NAU in particular. And we haven't seen quite as much dominance out of those guys.
Far side, it's Rob Wood. Rob Wood in across the line. He's onside. He works with the puck. Gets it in deep here. Wood works with Edson as well. Edson has the puck here. Shot on. Turned away by O'Brien. Picked up here by the Sun Devil defensive Muller, who keeps it in nicely. In deep, it's Wood. Wood can't quite control it. Finally picked up here by, I believe, Scotty Farr, who turns the puck over, and San Diego State picks it up. There's Holt now for SDSU. He comes in. He's going to gain the zone. He's got two-tag with him. Two-tag comes in on Dietrich. Big pad save by Dietrich. Ow! Huge save there by Dietrich. Probably the biggest of the game so far. As Nick Moore comes in across the line. He takes a shot, goes wide. Picks up by two-tag here. And here's some yelling on the Sun Devil bench. Somebody's not happy. Picked up here by Owascu near center ice. Looking for Kuda. Kind of bounces off his stick and he'll have to reset. He comes in across the line. Kuda shot on. Blocker save. O'Brien. Picked up here by San Diego State and cleared out to Kevin Hamlin, who works with the puck near center ice. And now it's going to be Riley who tries to make a move, and the puck is out of play with 12:27 to go. All tied up at 4. Face-off's going to come just outside the Sun Devil blue line. It's going to be Kuda and Brandon Vara who take the face-off. It's won by San Diego State. Keffer throws it in deep. Big bounce off the boards there, and it's going to be number 2 Vara who works in here deep. He goes down, no call. Back on the line, it's Kristoff. Kristoff looks to get it in deep, looking for Vara. Can't do it. Finally picked up by Morgan. Morgan's got Butler near side, but it's blocked away by State of an Aztec, and now Owascu will reset in his own zone. Here's Owascu. Still works in deep. Gets it up to Kuda. Kuda all by himself and across the line onside. He's got Butler and Morgan with him. Here's Kuda. Wraps around. Good defense there by San Diego State, and they'll dump it out. San Diego State's going to have a rush. 2-on-2. Here they come. Big stop there by Dietrich. Turned away by him. And again, that kind of transition chance created by San Diego State. I believe it was number 7, Anthony Matta, that got the shot away. And nice save by Dietrich to keep this one all tied up. Zach Inzer has it for ASU near side in his own zone. Shot on there by Pope, but it's picked off by Kenzie. Kenzie near center ice tries to get in across the line, can't do it, and curve back into the Sun Devil zone. 11:13 to go. Zach Inzer looking for Havrilik, I do believe, and now it's Inzer in deep. Enzer finds Cottonwar. Here's Cottonwar to Moore. Moore in across the line. Throws it in deep. Havrilik will give chase. Havrilik picks it up near side. Along with, I believe, Lapp. Gets a hit there by Moore. Now it's cleared out to center rice for Andrew Hefter. Hefter across to Muller. Muller, of course, in for Jacob Weissman, who is, I believe, was a healthy scratch tonight. We'll have to double check on that. As the puck is taken here by Lapp, and finally, now it's back to Cottonwar. Cottonwar will gain the zone here. Cottonwar, Moore, and Havrilik will go to work for the Sun Devils. Near side, they go to work. Back in the line, it's Hefter. Turned over, however, to Pope. Here comes Pope. He'll just throw it in deep. And it'll be number 9, Alex Camus, that gives chase. Turned over here by Dietrich. He finally gets it in. Almost a chance there by San Diego State. Now we are going to get a whistle. And the net came off. Okay. Couldn't figure out for a second what was going on, but the net came off. So offense zone faceoff coming for San Diego State about midway through this third period.
And halfway through this third period, things have been very back and forth here in this final period of play. And even though it's still even right now with 10 minutes to go, you have to figure that back and forth style of play really goes in San Diego State's favor. That's where they've been able to capitalize in this game. ASU has really been able to get those scoring opportunities off of breakaways that usually resulted from them having that offensive zone control.
Scotty Farr gives chase here, using his speed. That third line is back out there again. It seems like they're always out there in this third period. A lot of ice time from them, and why not? So they've contributed to 2 of the Sun Devils' 4 goals.
Exactly, Richard. This third line's looked impressive out there. The first line tonight having some difficulties as Coda Engbar was, of course, sent off in this one, so you don't really have a good, clean first line. And they've contributed on 2 of 4 goals, so why not the third line, Richard?
Back towards center ice here. It's taken by San Diego State. They'll come in across the line. It's Riley. Riley, big shot. He scores! Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. John Riley, and again, Jason, a turnover at neutral ice. Winds up in the back of the net. A nice shot from Riley. 5-4. San Diego State leads.
Riley just aiming straight for that water bottle at the top of the net there. Dietrich sent that flying. Top shelf on that one, and again, it's a turnover. It's SDSU in transition, not waiting for things to settle down in their attacking zone, firing the first chance they get, and it was just a shot that was a bit too much for Kyle Dietrich to handle. Nice shot and a well-deserving goal for John Riley.
That was a beautiful goal by John Riley, if I may say so myself. Beautiful shot. As they take the lead again, 5-4, Sun Devils. And again, Jason, we've learned from this team that they will not give up. They battle at all times, and they will battle for all 60. Plenty of time left to go in this one, only down a goal. Waiting on the assists. Stelnick is going to get the assist. Chased in here by Enzer in his own zone. Tries to find Kinsey. Kinsey gets it back to Butler. Butler across ice to number 20, Jason Kuda. He looks for Morgan. Near side, Morgan picks it up. He battles. Still has the puck. Back in the line, it's Hefter. Hefter takes a shot. Kuda looking for the deflection. Turned away by San Diego State. And now it's Kuda. And now it's Butler has it. Butler goes down and a penalty is coming. Delayed call. Finally touched up by San Diego State. Tripping. And this is absolutely huge for Arizona State. They need to score on this power play and to get some, at least get a lot of offensive zone time and get some momentum going.
Yeah, Richard, not quite must-score time yet for the Sun Devils. 8:53 on the clock, just down 1. Plenty of time to play around with, but they have to start bringing this pace of this game back in their favor. They have to start keeping that puck in SDSU's zone, or else SDSU is just going to be able to counterpunch them all the way to a victory.
So Arizona State's going to get their 4th power play of the night. They have not been able to capitalize yet. Kept in nicely by Kenzie. But it's going to be turned away here by San Diego State, and they will clear it all the way back down. Dietrich is going to send it off to Kinsey here. $1:47 to go on the Sun Devil power play. Kinsey finds Enzer. Enzer taking his time, dumps it in all the way around, looking for Havrilik. And they'll dump it up to Cottonwar. Cottonwar works it in here, far side boards. Picked up by Havrilik in deep. Now it's Cottonwar again. Cottonwar looking far side. Makes a little spinorama move. for Havrilik. They got Ryan Moore in front due to the Sun Devils. Scored a goal on a rebound last night, I do believe. Here's Havrilik from the faceoff circle. Shot on rebound, they score! Sun Devils tie it up on the power play. Shot came on there by Havrilik. And I believe it was Jamie Cottonwar that got the tying goal on the power play.
Good, patient power play attack coming from the ASU Sun Devils on that one. Again, SDSU's goal is to force ASU towards the boards whenever ASU has possession, especially on a power play in SDSU's zone. That time, ASU was just able to slowly but surely force that puck out towards the front of the net. Good clean pass, shot on net by Havrilik, and the rebound put in by Cottonwar.
Yep, Jamie Cottonwar is going to get the goal. Havrilik is going to get an assist. There's Dan Kinsey getting on the board. He got an assist. Huge goal by the Sun Devils to get them back in the game. To tie this one up at 5 with 7:58 to go in this third period. I want to check Jamie Cottonwar's stats for a second. Give me a second here. Jamie Cottonwar, his third goal of the season.
Andrew Hefter has been sent to the box for the Sun Devils. It's going to be an SDSU power play. 5-on-4 chance.
Here's
for the
Brady
Aztecs.
Morgan. Let's see. He's got a shorthanded goal already. He's got Butler trailing with him. Shot on by Morgan. Glove save. O'Brien. Brady Morgan, he loves that shorthanded goodness, doesn't he?
Brady Morgan, he's a breakaway type of skater. He's a speedster out there. You know, it seems like in the set offense and even strength, he's more of a playmaker, more of a distributor, an assist man, so to speak, than a goal scorer himself. But if they give him open ice like he seems to get on the short-handed tries, he's perfectly willing to finish it himself.
Aztecs gain the zone after that charging penalty for the Sun Devils. There's an extra penalty up there on the board, the San Diego State penalty. That is over, of course, after the power play goal from Arizona State. And they tried to keep it on the line there is number 23, Vincent DiMaggio, and finally dumped in and picked up by Enzer. $1:24 to go on the SDSU penalty. Looking for Jamie Butler, who is looking to break, and can't find him. And the Aztecs will reset, but it's cleared out nicely there by Enzer, and the Sun Devils will go for a change. Just over a minute to go on the San Diego State penalty. So far, SDSU 1 for 2 on the power play. They scored on that 5-minute major Dakota Ingbar in that second period. Here they come across the line. Big shot on rebound given up by Dietrich. And then San Diego State controls it here in deep. 51 seconds to go. Shot on there into the pads. Into the chest of Dietrich. Number 23 again, Vincent DiMaggio. Gets the shot away there, looking for the rebound, ungiven, however, by Kyle Dietrich.
And that's the real advantage Kyle Dietrich gives over most any other goaltender in the ACHA Division II. Anything fired near his chest, no matter how hard it is, it's just not going to be a rebound. Anything into that chest protector always gets smothered by Kyle Dietrich.
Offense on face-off 1. Back to lap at the blue line for San Diego State. Havrilik on him. Now it's Stonek. Stonek takes a shot. Rebound given. Puck still loose. Cleared to the near boards by Arizona State. Back in the line, it's Lap. Lap for Stonek near side. Lap and Stonek play back and forth. Now it's picked up in deep by Cambus. Cambus, now Pope picks it up. Yeah, Pope picks it up. Alliteration time for San Diego State. Picked up by Cambus in deep. Kinsey and Muller are the defensemen. Kuda out there as well. And Kuda gets the block, looking to clear. Can't do it. Kept in nicely by Lap. Lap looking for Stonek. Now it's Cambus in deep as 10 seconds to go on the San Diego State power play. Back in the line, it's Lap. Arizona State cannot get it out so far. They finally do. Havrilik gets it out. Hefter out of the box. Full strength we go. 1 for 3 now, San Diego State on their power play as they control in their own zone. Under 6 minutes to go in this one. It's been a good one. We hope you enjoyed it. Richard Flores, Jason Chesler on Cronkite Sports as always as Butler brings it in across the line. Looking for Edson. Near side, it's blocked away on a shot by Enzer. Nice job by Stonek. Nice stick by Stonek there. And offensive zone faceoff coming for ASU, and a solid kill that time by ASU. Not a lot of chances by San Diego State. They were kind of kept to the near side. for quite a bit of that power play. So nice kill by Arizona State.
Yeah, nice work by the ASU PK unit, but then once things got back to even strength, when SDSU controlled the puck off that faceoff, you really saw the Sun Devils dialing up the pressure in SDSU's zone.
Here comes Cameron, he takes a big shot. Even bigger block by Owascu.
I think that aggression, that sense of urgency for the Sun Devils could do wonders for them here in the last 5 minutes.
It's that's Havrilik in deep. Now it's going to be Cottonwar. Tied it up at 5 was Jamie Cottonwar. He battles in deep with Keffer. Havrilik as well. Justin Dutag in there. Big shot from the blue line. Owascu gets it blocked away. Now it's picked up by Enzer. Enzer looking around the boards for Havrilik. Can't do it. Cleared out by San Diego State. All the way down. Icing is going to be the call here. And so an offensive zone faceoff coming for Arizona State with just under 5 to go in this third period.
Now ASU taking control of the pace of this one right now since they got out of that penalty kill. What ASU has to be wary of, though, is they can't fall victim to the counterattack from San Diego State. SDSU has done a good job with ASU in their zone so far in this one, and they've done that because they've been able to get sticks on pucks, get the puck out of their zone, and get some breakaway chances. ASU has to make sure that doesn't happen. They have to keep the puck in control.
Devils and Aztecs go to work in deep. Back in the line, it's Hefter. Andrew Hefter back on the line. Deflected, they score! Andrew Hefter takes the shot. Brady Morgan gets the deflection. 6-5 Sun Devils.
A strange angle shot there coming off the stick of Brady Morgan. And Brady Morgan is feeling it tonight for ASU. Shot on goal, first fired off. Sorry, Richard, did you have the call? Who fired off the initial shot?
Yeah, Andrew Hefter took the shot from the blue line and just got a stick of it was Brady Morgan, and now it's 6-5 ASU. Wow.
Yeah, Hefter doing what defensemen do on offense, firing off a strong look from the blue line. And Morgan just had his stick at a pretty interesting angle in that one, as that shot just popped up off of his stick on the deflection, went actually right over the shoulder of Connor O'Brien. Couldn't get the glove hand up fast enough to save that one.
Andrew Hefter gets on the point board for the first time this season. So, on the point shot there, and now we are going to have coincidentals, I do believe. So, we're going to go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, as ASU finds himself up a goal late in this one. By the way, Brady Morgan last night got a goal. I think he did not get an assist in that one, but he's got a couple of points here tonight as well. He's the team leader in points, and he's showing why here tonight. Getting 2 goals. So I believe he's up to 11 points on the season. That's unofficial because ACHA did not post the box score last night before we came into this one. But I digress. Jason Kuda across the line, shot on, blocked away by number 88, Kristoff for San Diego State. Kuda makes a nice move. Another nice move by Kuda as he kind of dekes in there. Just over 4 minutes to go in this one. And it's Butler and Kuda. They turn it over. Now it's taken back by John Riley. Here's Riley and Stelnick in across the line onside. It's 2-on-3. Now it's turned back over for Arizona State. Butler and Kuda are going to go 2-on-2. Here's Butler in the slot. Shot on. Big rebound given. Even better defense by Keffer to turn it back. And the Sun Devils will reset in their own zone with $1:15 to go on this 4-on-4. Sun Devils lead it by a goal late in this one. Here's Havrilik now. Havrilik and Cottonwar go to work. Havrilik looks for Cottonwar. Turned away, though, by Keffer. Picked up by Stelnick in his own zone. Stelnick has scored a goal already tonight. Here's Stelnick with speed across the line. He comes in. Hefter, nice defense by him, however, as they battle alongside in deep. Finally taken away by Havrilik in deep for the Sun Devils. He looks for a teammate. Crosses along with Hefter there. Hefter gets it up here to Muller. Muller gives it to Cottonwar. Cottonwar in across the line. Kind of fans on the shot. He's got nobody with him as ASU goes for a change. And SDSU looks for the stretch pass, but Owascu breaks it up, and they'll reset in their own zone. 3 minutes to go. Third period. Dumped in deep there by Enzer. Picked up by SDSU. It's Sevilla. Sevilla in his own zone. Skates with it. Ryan Moore on there defensively. ASU goes for a change. Sevilla picks it up in his own zone. Down a goal. San Diego State got to look to get some more shots on goal. Navarez avoids a check there. 2-tag now. 2-tag. Finds Sevilla. Sevilla, big shot. No rebound given by Dietrich. And Jason, that's what he does best. He does not give up all those rebounds.
You're very right there, Richard. Kyle Dietrich showing why he's the #1 goalie for this ASU team. Hard shot fired off right as the 4-on-4 expired. They just get that glove hand down in there and smother that one, giving ASU a defensive zone faceoff.
We're going to watch down to our left as Dietrich covers up there. We're going to watch to see if when Connor O'Brien vacates his goal as we wind down, 2.5 to go. So we'll put somebody on O'Brien watch. You see when he comes out. San Diego State controls, but they turn it back to Enzer. Now it's Kuda. Kuda and Morgan coming across the line for Arizona State. Kuda tries to make a move into the slot area, but it's picked off by Kristoff. Kept in the line nicely by Butler. Turned back over to Kristoff. Back to Kuda. Kuda tries to get it in. Turned back over to Kristoff. Kristoff shot on into the chest. Rebound given up, but picked up by Enzer. Enzer gets it up to Morgan. Now it's Butler in across the line, all by himself. He's got Kuda the trailer. Kuda trying to make a move. Shot on pad saved by O'Brien. And deep now Arizona State works. And Kuda's got to get off. A really big shot rebound. Nobody in front for ASU, however. And it's Navarez that's going to cycle for San Diego State. Under 2 minutes to go in this third period. It's been a good one. We hope you have enjoyed it. Here's Ryan Moore. Ryan Moore, big shot blocked away by San Diego State and cleared all the way down. Icing is going to be the call. So we're going to get an offensive zone faceoff for Arizona State with under 90 seconds to go in this one.
Now ASU staying aggressive here with a 1-goal lead, 1.5 left to play. That could be a good thing, could be a bad thing for the Sun Devils. On one hand, you definitely don't want to sit back in your zone and let SDSU pull Connor O'Brien out there, get the 6-on-5, and start firing off shots on net against Kyle Dietrich. But on the other hand, SDSU has really looked their best in this game when they've been able to counterattack the ASU offense. When ASU set up shop in the SDSU zone, SDSU has been able to poke a puck clear, get a turnover, and break away into transition. That's what's led to the Aztec goals in this one. And ASU, they really should make sure they leave their defensemen back, waiting very closely near the blue line when they're on the offensive attack here in the last 1.5 minutes, because they do not want to allow a late breakaway chance for the Aztecs, as they have proven time and time again that they will score on the breakaway.
Yeah, that's really been the biggest advantage for San Diego State in this one, capitalizing on the mistakes of Arizona State so often in this one, and coming off a timeout there by San Diego State, ensuring that they use it there and not maybe before an offensive zone face-off, as Arizona State will huddle up. They say ASU as they break off and go for the offensive zone face-off here. Under 90 seconds to go, and the key for Arizona State here has got to be to keep it in the offensive zone. Simple as that.
And if the puck is going to leave the offensive zone, they have to make sure it's not attached to a stick of an SDSU forward on a breakaway.
Exactly. They win the face-off. Cottonwar goes to the ice and gets it in deep. Cottonwar controls it. Tries to get it in deep. Thrown all the way down by San Diego State. Another icing is going to be the call on San Diego State. That's not what you want to do down a goal late. It's just ice the puck all the time.
Yeah, it's certainly not what SDSU is going for. But still, any one of those pucks that end up touching up for icing could eventually find its way to an SDSU forward. And then they just have one man to beat, and that's Kyle Dietrich. You can kind of see what they're doing, looking to force the breakaway, force the issue here. But they'd be a lot better off if they can control it off of one of these face-offs like they just did.
Brady Morgan going to work in deep, finds Kuda out front. Kuda gets a shot there away, but it's blocked. Under a minute to go. Third period. San Diego State finally controls. Here's Riley in across the line. Shot on, blocked away. Offensive zone face-off coming for San Diego State, and O'Brien will leave. So we're going to get a 6-on-5 for San Diego State very late in this one. And it starts with a face-off here for San Diego State if they want to get this game tied.
You know, the offensive zone face-off has not been SDSU's biggest friend in this one. They've gotten most of their tries coming straight out of the neutral zone. But you know, they're a man up right now with O'Brien pulled. Certainly anything's possible here in the last 52 seconds of this hockey game.
They win it clean. Back in line, it's Lap. Lap around the boards. It's 2-tag. Now it's Riley. Riley has scored a goal already in this one. Wraps it around looking for Sevilla. Sevilla shot blocked away by Kenzie back in line. It's Lap. Lap across the ice looking for Keffer. Keffer can't quite control it. Around the boards, it's Kenzie that picks it up. All Kenzie's got to do is clear it all the way down. Icing should be the call here. Very late on the icing call, I will say. But 20 seconds to go, so another offensive zone face-off for San Diego State. I'm surprised that this is not when they're calling their timeout to drop a play. They already used it, of course. So we'll see what's in store for them. As it will be Stelnick. Or actually, let's see who takes the face-off. Well, they do call a timeout. But it's Arizona State that calls a timeout, interestingly enough.
Yeah, maybe a decision on what to do if they find themselves in control of this puck. Do they want to let it go and possibly face icing again? Or do they want to try and run out the clock themselves? SDSU on that last possession, not able to get anything too dangerous looking for Dietrich, but they did look like they were a man up out there. They were able to control the offensive zone face-off, immediately start passing it around. You know, a 6-on-5 advantage is a bit different than your typical 5-on-4 power play, just because the extra men out there, there's just a bit less space on the ice, a bit less room to work with, and the defense can cover more space as a whole. But SDSU, they were still able to pass it cleanly. If they can get a creative pass going on, if they can make a clean chance in front of the net, things could get dangerous here for the Sun Devils in the last 20 seconds of regulation.
And I would imagine San Diego State's coach is probably drawing up a play here with that extra man to just park him in front of Dietrich and look for a screen or a deflection or something like that to get this game tied, because that's probably what it's going to take to get it past Dietrich. Late in this one, 20 seconds to go. It's going to be 2-tag and have Rillick taking the face-off. 20 seconds to go. Face-off, battled. One, back in the line at San Diego State, right off the post, it goes off the post again, puck's loose in front, picked up by Rillick, he clears all the way down, empty net, misses wide, and we're going to have no icing, interestingly enough, big hit along the boards, power play coming, and this is probably going to do it as Riley's going to go to the box for San Diego State, so it looks like Arizona State is just going to hold on after two goalie's best friends hitting the post on that last
That was dangerous for SDSU. You are very right, Richard. The post is Kyle Dietrich's best friend right now. I mean, he ought to buy that right post dinner after this game. That was intense there for the Sun Devil defense. Puck loose in front of the net. Looked like 3 black jerseys in front of the net for SDSU, screening and looking to tip that puck in, and they all just happened to find the post. Gutsy win there for ASU. They trailed for most of this one. Able to come through in the clutch here. That's the type of resilience you need to see out of a team that wants to compete on a national level.
Yeah, Arizona State found themselves down a goal entering this third period, but they outscored San Diego State 3-1, and it was Brady Morgan's deflection goal at the 15-19 mark, so under 5 minutes to go in this one that gave Arizona State the victory. And I'm assuming, Jason, he's probably going to be your player of the game because he made a huge difference in this one.
Yeah, Brady Morgan was absolutely the biggest difference maker, not defense maker out there for the Sun Devils. We're getting something from the public address announcer.
He said there was a penalty at the end of the game, which is completely pointless and doesn't matter.
So we get our shots on goal.
55-47 were the shots on goal. I think that's very indicative of the game we had. Very back and forth, a lot of offensive chances. And you were saying, you're talking about Brady Morgan.
Yeah, Brady Morgan kind of fixes a lot of the problems this ASU squad has had out there for the most part this season. ASU has proven to be very good when they're able to kind of set up shop in their offensive zone, pass the puck around, keep long possessions, and eventually force the puck out in front of the net for a chance. Where they haven't looked as good is in the more neutral zone-based game. That's where NAU tried to force them. That's where SDSU tried to force them in tonight's game. And that's where Brady Morgan was able to take over and make his mark in tonight's game. Obviously, the short-handed goal is a little bit different. You expect your team to break away. But what Brady Morgan can do on a breakaway chance, what he can do with a puck in the neutral zone, the amount of playmaking he can do is just immense for this ASU team. Plus, he showed his worth in the kind of more set offense as well, deflecting that shot in for his second goal of the night. Brady Morgan, he's the leading point scorer for the Sun Devils, leads the team in assists. I believe he's tied for the league in goals after his performances tonight. Or he might actually be in first place. Our stats are all pretty unofficial right now, waiting for the ACHA to update those. But he's really proving that he can do it all, and he can do it where the Sun Devils need it most, in the neutral zone.
And one more thing before we go. San Diego State looked very good in this game. I thought a lot better than last night. They made a lot of adjustments, and they were in this game for the entire time, and they played a full 60 minutes here tonight, unlike last night.
Absolutely, Richard. SDSU with a performance. You know, they say there aren't really any moral victories out there, but if there was one, it would be what SDSU had tonight. ASU just barely too much for them late in this game, but SDSU proved that they can contend with a championship contending ASU team, and not with the Sun Devils making too many penalties in this one. ASU, they had a couple defensive zone turnovers, but that was largely in response to pressure from the San Diego State Aztecs. ASU wasn't shooting themselves in the foot in this one. SDSU was applying pressure and doing it very well.
Well said, Jason. And that's about going to do it for our game broadcast, but stick around for our post-game show. Myself and Cara are going to break down an incredible game and the 6-5 victory for the Sun Devils here from Oceanside Ice Arena. Once again, for Jason Chesler, my name is Richard Flores. Good night and good hockey, everybody.
Hello and welcome to the post-game report. I'm Carla Bomber, joined by Richard Flores. Tonight after the game, we found out that ASU won 6-5 over SDSU. So Richard, how were the goals tonight? We saw so many of them during this period.
Yeah, Arizona State outscored the Aztecs 3-1 that period. They got goals from Charles Etchen, which was a very huge goal because it got the game tied up at 4. To begin the third period, he had help from Scotty Farr and Rob Wood, and that line tonight was probably my favorite line to watch tonight because they kept the Sun Devils in the game, including that tying goal. And then Jamie Cottonmore and Brady Morgan as well chipped in. Brady Morgan got the game winner on the assist from Andrew Hefter on that shot from the blue line that was deflected in. But yeah, I mean, ASU played a very good third period, and that's why they're victors here tonight.
All right, goaltending, how was it tonight?
It was iffy, to say the least, on both sides. Connor O'Brien played well, faced over 40 shots on goal. Did a pretty good job in the first 2 periods. The third period, though, he did give up the 3 goals, but he should still. I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed in his play. But I thought he played okay. And then you go on the ASU side, we saw 2 different goalies tonight. We saw Corey Frank in net to begin with, and Corey Frank was really the victim of a lot of kind of mistakes from his defense. One mistake by him to let in a goal as well. I don't know. I mean, he played average tonight, but did stop a lot of shots and kept San Diego State at bay for most of this game. And then Kyle Dietrich came in, cleaned up the mess, if you will, down the goal in that third period. And he did let in a goal, but I thought his play was very solid. He kept a lot of rebounds at bay, and that was the key for him. And it's going to be the key for him all season to keep those rebounds at bay for the Sun Devils.
Okay, we've talked about so many players throughout this whole game. Did any of them stick out to you as like a player of the game?
Yes. Pretty easy decision for me. Me and Jason talked about it at the end of the game telecast. My Shane Doan Award for hockey awesomeness for this Saturday night is going to go to Brady Morgan, scoring 2 goals here tonight. He scored that first amazing shorthanded goal, which you're going to see again somewhere because it was really a beautiful, he just wrapped around 17 different San Diego State players and got the backhand goal to put the Sun Devils back in this game to get him within a goal. And he also got the game winner as well. He's the leading point scorer on this team, so it's really no big surprise that he gets my Shane Doan Award for hockey awesomeness in this one.
All right. Well, thank you for watching.